5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bonifay Banter Podcast.
Yeah, boys. Episode 2, Bonifay Banter going down right now. Very special. Not the last La Familia, but definitely the first episode we're going to have. There's going to be a lot of La Familia episodes. To my right, Donnie Miles, the filmer, the producer, pretty much the dude who runs the show for La Familia. Sitting across from me, Massi Piffaretti, and my brother sitting catty corner from me. What up, Shane? What up, boys? Cheers.
Yeah,
glad y'all made it, man.
Guys. Let's have some fun. Glad you boys
Let's
are
go.
here.
Yeah, you boys have been hustling the Globetrotters right now, huh? Y'all just got back from a mission.
Man, yeah, it's been epic. Taking it back to the roots, taking it back to,
What's the roots?
the beginning. Traveling. Going all around the world and meeting new people. And
Where's the last one, y'all? Argentina.
We were in Argentina for a bit. Argentina straight to Oz. Big mission. It was all the boys, going hard.
Those are two countries that go pretty freaking hard. Right
Yeah.
there, as I'm sure y'all experienced.
I ain't been to Argentina, but
You never been to Argentina?
No, the Oz is good though. Oz is good. They go hard.
Yeah, I was showing Shane the YouTube because I like y'all released like the 3 episodes kind of like really close together.
Yeah.
And they're so raw. That's what Shane and I were talking about, like the dad cam, and just for the fact that you're doing like long form edits and like not a whole lot of like crazy action. There is some like good wakeboarding in there, but that's not the sole purpose of it.
Yeah, no. I liked that it was. I was looking at it like as like almost like a character building situation where you're like showing so much personality, and it's all really cool content, but it's like you're learning not what tricks these guys are doing or their style, but like who they are, and it makes it so whenever you like got the big edit done, you want to see those guys in it because you now know who they are. You've seen them travel. You've seen, seen all of the shenanigans that's gone into it. And just, I don't know. I loved that it was just more personality. It's all personality. It has nothing to do with what
I feel like, that was the goal a little bit. Because, in those 3 videos, the amount of wakeboarding that's in there is minimal, but that's kind of the point,
Yeah, no, and then even like the dad cam of just like the wakeboarding, like it shows you guys getting ready, and you're like, oh yeah, we're going out on the river, and then it like just cuts to just the not black and white, but it's just dad cam, and you're like, and then it's like done after like 30 seconds or a minute, and it's like, okay, so that's not the point. We're not making a section here. We're not showing you how good these riders are. We're showing you.
And Massi, you could probably speak on this. Like, think about the diversity in La Familia. Like, not just like, the characters are like so different from Luca to Sam to you. That you got 2 sets of twins on the thing. Like I think the dynamic between La Familia is pretty crazy in itself.
yeah, it's cool. Everybody, everybody's different in any way, and like the coolest thing is that like we're always there for each other, which is the most important thing. Like when you go on trips and
Contests
or whatever, like it's not all perfect for everybody all the time, right? So it's just like it's good to like recognize when somebody's not doing okay, and you just go over it, just make sure everything's good. And at the end of the day, like you look at it, if somebody does something great within the crew, like the whole crew shines. So it's like it's really cool, it's really fun, and just traveling the world, doing whatever we love. It's like super fun. Like back in the day, I used to travel a lot, go to Australia, go to all these places, go to all these cables. And that was like the reason why I also fell in love with wakeboarding, making so many friends around the world. And I feel like
you realized you had to break out of Lake Como.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And just being able to be with people and, killing it in front of like their faces, and meeting people face to face, has a whole different impact than watching a video for like 20-second on the web. You
can tell that the camaraderie is very pure and strong, and y'all have got each other's backs. Like I can see it at contests, I could see it just like on and off the water. I feel like y'all are in it for the right reasons. And
yeah, just the fact that y'all all not all live together, but like a bunch of y'all are all close, and it's not like you just meet up to wakeboard and whatever. It's like it's a
But as close as you are, like you all travel together, you pretty much live with each other. You ride with each other all the day. Like you stay, you pretty much like. There's got to be some like ups and downs. Like there's got to be a little couple confrontations with the crew.
Oh yeah, it happens.
Donnie can speak on this.
It happens all the time, but you know what I mean. Like I always try to be like somewhat of like I always try to be a little bit of
you're
the
pretty
glue.
non-confrontational too.
Yeah, like I don't like arguments too much,
Yeah,
and
it's good, yeah,
and I
100%.
just like kind of can tell when somebody's
About
down
love,
or
baby.
whatnot. So
Yeah.
I always just kind of do my best in that sense, and I'm a little older too, so the guys are younger. Like, and I remember like I used to be. All over the joint at their age, and they got it so together. So it's really good,
Has there been a fight within La Familia?
Oh, I mean, not fights, but I mean, we're like you said, we're together all day, every day. It's like, do you and Shane fight? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
What's the furthest one's gone?
Yeah, there's had to have been a fisticuff, like maybe, huh?
Not.
Yeah, everyone knows La Familia is still tight. Even though, I mean, I can imagine eventually everyone's going to want to punch Luca at some point.
I don't spend half as much time as y'all do with him, man. No.
Luca is just high energy, always going, never stops. He just got so much energy. As
I love that Luca.
He puts his heart into it.
It doesn't take much to sort of just turn the knob up a little bit. Like you can just say one little thing that he's just like starts going red, and then one more thing, and he's just like, exactly.
It's all love though. It's like a little brotherly biff, happens, but no real fights, not yet.
Not yet. Well, I think next time we do a La Familia episode, we need to do like a little La Familia fight card.
See, yeah, we've
maybe
thought
like,
about that.
and it's just it's just hypotheticals. We're not trying to get. I'm not. It may come off like I'm trying to like promote some fights right now, just because I'm like super into UFC right now.
Yeah.
But I think that'd be good just to talk about. Maybe see, like which set of twins would win if Josh and Brandon had to go against Ulf and Kai. I think Kai and Ulf might take that one.
But is it like 2-on-2 or is it tag team? Like, are we like tagging out?
I don't know about the rules.
Is it tagging out?
I think still the Argentinian boys, they
seem a little gangster. Like I feel like one of them might have like not like a big knife, but it might have a knife somewhere close. Like
they're just made out of steel. Yeah, these guys just eat meat all day, every day.
Just right, yeah. Just
and they just meat. Asado every day. They're just built different, man.
Yeah.
They're units. Yeah.
No, I mean. I would agree. Just from their riding style alone, you could tell that they're fucking units. They go fucking so big and just land out in the flats and don't act like that's a thing at all.
Yeah.
While we've been talking about traveling, who's most responsible? Like while you travel, Danny, are you kind of like running the show here? Are you booking rental cars, booking hotels?
No.
Or are you you got to get we need all the passports together right now. And we need to check them in.
Okay.
Who's getting the passport?
We got a couple travel masters. These boys have traveled a lot more than I have. I kind of just follow the lead.
Right.
But we got Ty. Ty's travel
Ty knows his way.
master.
Ty seems like
Trust
he
Ty.
would be like,
Ty's
everybody
in there.
passports.
Yeah.
We're walking through.
Pretty rational.
got
Rational if he keeps his head cool.
You got the lounges dialed.
Lounges. And then I mean, Piff and Luca are up there too. They got a bit of status. Talk sweet to the lady
nice.
at the gate.
Yeah, the accent does go a long way.
Yes.
I can imagine that
when he uses it the right way.
Yeah.
We actually have been given the task of booking Airbnbs and stuff like that to Sammy.
There's a lot of moving
and
parts.
Sammy-
That sounds like a loose one.
Yeah. But we've been giving him the job on purpose to see
help him grow up.
help him get it dialed, and he's been ripping. The places have been good, but he doesn't read like any of the check-in info until we're there.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like we had it so good back in the days with because Watson was like our parent, like kind of like on the road when we would travel. Like he would
for sure.
he lined up the rental car. He knew the hotel. He had all of our rooms dialed. He knew which bar to go to. He knew local people around the area. It seems like everything you wanted to do is just pretty much me. We could throw your headphones on and just keep your headphones.
No, me and Jimmy purposely one time we were on our way to the airport, like here in Orlando. We're like, let's see how little we can do, and Watson will do everything. And we're like, let's just see how far it goes. It's not like we won't help, but we're like, just let him do it because he loves this stuff. It got to the point of just us like getting bags off a baggage claim and setting them down on the curb, and Watson would go get the rental car, come around, pick up,
come inside,
get out,
grab the bags,
Tetris it up,
He's
put all
really
the bags
good
in,
at
and me
Tetrising.
and Jimmy would just sit there and keep looking at each other and be like, "This is working." And he's like doing everything. He's like, "Hotels here, you guys. Let me get IDs. I'll check everybody in." He comes back. He's like, "You're in 234. You're in 256."
It was
Like
great.
we're like,
it was
that is
amazing, dude. I
great.
miss traveling with Waddy. Waddy, come back.
yeah,
dude.
man, I miss it.
Dude, I know. I got to travel with Wadi a bit myself, and it always been
Sean Watson
amazing.
to the listeners out there. That
Shout out Sean Watson.
shout out Sean Watson.
Shout out
Yeah,
Sean.
dude. Let's give him a good.
We miss you.
Yeah, but who's the worst traveler? Who's like who needs the most support? Like going.
I think we know what it is. I'm gonna say Sam probably. Seems
See,
like he
I
could
would-
get lost by himself or like with the group. You know,
I was gonna put a side comment on that, Sam's defense, because we go around and everyone, once we're in your home country, you become the host.
yeah.
And this last time in Oz, I was kind of like, all right, Sam, he stepped it up. He was doing pretty good. Couple little minor things, but
Yeah, just
Let's
till
give
the last
him the
day.
benefit of the doubt. It
You
is his
know.
hometown. Like outside of the hometowns, who's the worst?
the worst.
The worst I mean,
I feel like we're all pretty dialed.
I don't know. Yeah, they're all.
Have
pretty
you noticed that Massi hates to go anywhere by himself? Like
Yeah,
if he had to go, like
A little bit.
yeah, if he had to go buy another set of AirPods and it was like like a half terminal down, he would have he really wants someone to walk with him down
Yeah,
there.
I mean, I like company, man. It's just it's boring by yourself. You want to have conversation, talk about hey, which AirPods should I get? You're trying to
Which earbuds?
you're trying to get
Yeah.
all the support as possible. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
But-
Who came up with the name La Familia? Like what's
I
what's
think it
the
just
origin
kind
of
of
that?
came about together, like a little bit, like I mean, it's
Or
not
how? You don't
Italian.
gotta
It's
say
not
who, but
Italian.
how? Yeah.
It's like spelled in Spanish, but I mean, I think we were just like, I mean, we should just call ourselves like La Familia, like together, a group, a family,
Spanish
like,
for the family.
kinda, yeah,
Yeah, it's got a good mob connotation to it.
Exactly.
It's like it's good.
Yeah, you never know what you're gonna get. You don't know if it's like half mobsters, a really funny family,
The
cool,
four families,
chill,
yeah.
you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I like it.
Keeps it a bit
It's
mysterious.
pretty impressive how spread across the globe La Familia is. Let's run it down. You got Argentina,
Yep.
you got the States, you got Italy, you got England, you got Australia. Is that
No, that's it.
No,
that's pretty damn impressive right there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I mean, if we want to count Canada for Josh and Brandon, they were born in Canada, but they live, you know. What I mean?
Whoa, don't sell them out.
No, that's pretty good. What what I was thinking of something before you said it.
No,
The family.
that's why it's also for the movie we just like been kind of like focusing of like taking it back to the roots, to the places where we kind of grew up wakeboarding, and just kind of take everybody from the crew back to the countries.
Right. And y'all
where
are making a full length film, correct? Is that's kind of like what the travel was for, and the
Exactly.
teaser of the YouTube showing the more raw lifestyle
yeah.
kind of footage.
Yeah,
and stuff.
exactly. That's why we started this new series, Con La Familia. That means with La Familia, and basically,
I feel like I
just-
learned more Spanish as y'all's videos come out.
That's good. I mean,
good.
I'm learning more Spanish as we go too, because
You're Italian. That's pretty much one and the same, though.
Yeah, but like sometimes when like I don't know the words in Spanish, I just say it in Italian, because sometimes they're just super similar, and I just add an S to the end, and sometimes it works. Sometimes people are looking at me crazy, but
When's the video supposed to come out?
Ooh.
Is that the hardest question of the podcast right there?
No, it's not that hard, but
Well, no one really. I guess there's no really. I mean,
we never put a deadline on it, which
it should. Yeah. I mean, videos can run deep.
Yeah,
It took me
I'm
like
glad.
6 years to film the documentary. Like
Yeah.
I kept on getting hurt. And
I mean,
ups and downs,
technically,
like-
it took you your whole
I
life. I mean, I think it started from before
No,
you were
yeah.
born, so they were working on it for a
Shit,
while.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was the same with whenever we were doing the Pointless. Like, there was no,
yeah, I
it
feel
wasn't
like,
an end goal until the end goal was like we were like, yes, we've got enough.
Exactly,
Let's go.
I mean, I think the goal now is by the end of this season, like
Yeah.
September time, around there when everyone's around. But we don't have a hard date on it. Hard date,
The hard dates are scary, huh?
How much do you got edited so far? Have you been working on it? You got, like
I've been sort of like going as we go. Because if I get home and end up with 10,000 clips.
Yeah, but I mean, you got like an idea. You got maybe a song. You got songs for people laid out. Yeah. Sort of intros and getting.
I have a few like sections pretty roughed out, but I don't have it kind of like linked together yet in one.
Is it individual sections or is it more?
No, it's gonna be like more location based.
Oh, okay,
I like that. I kind of like montagey kind of like sections too.
Yeah. So
and I like the other way too.
No, it's one's not better than the other. They're different,
Yeah, they're different. But I was talking to Luca today. I was like, do you think this is the hardest way to do it? Because the boys kind of have to almost make a mini section like every place we go. It's not like you're working on one big section,
That's true. Yeah. That would be a tougher one, but I think it lends to the fact that it's all done in that area.
Yeah.
Like everything was filmed there, and it doesn't have to be.
I agree too. It kind of has a mini timestamp on it, like within the video itself.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like, oh, I went and shot for 2 weeks and I got nothing from it, so we don't show that, and then nobody sees that effort. You know what I mean? It's
no, and also it's kind of cool seeing everybody getting in like filming mode, because like when we were in Orlando, we're like, and we're filming over here. It's like we might be filming a little bit here, a little bit there, and just kind of a little bit more loose. While when we actually going on a trip, I was like, all right, it's hammer time. Like when we were for 3 weeks in Argentina, we had literally like 2 days off, and we did like 3,500 miles like throughout the whole country.
Damn.
Like
y'all were driving a bunch.
Oh yeah, we were driving
10-hour
a lot.
drives were like common. Huh?
So basically, when we went to Mendoza, so our first day in Argentina was this. So we landed, we drove at like 9. We drove an hour and a half to the cable, chilled for a second, went and rode the cable, then drove an hour and a half to this like little contest place. We rode boat as a demo like at night, like that. Literally, there was this shore with all these lights and this '08 Malibu just like going through, and we just like had a window of like doing 2 tricks, and it was an up and down. And like the winner of that night like got a like 300,000 pesos like table for the carnival. So basically,
oh really? Oh
yeah. So the carnival is where they spray all that foam stuff.
I was wondering what the hell was going on when I was like watching that.
Yeah,
bro, it's crazy. So that was the
so
first.
y'all won a table from the wakeboard contest at a carnival parade.
Exactly. So we won a
That's
table.
like ideal for this period too.
Oh, it was me. And then after we won the table, we partied there the first night. It was pretty fun. Then we went back to Airbnb, woke up the next day, rode the qualies, and then after that, we went to this like carnival spot, and it was just this one road where there was a bunch of like, just cars like with old people up in costumes, and they done up all these cars.
It looked like mayhem.
It looked crazy. And then as you go in, you buy this foam. So there's this one massive club with like 4 bars, and then like you go in, you buy the drinks, and then you go out, and there's like grandstands along this road, and everybody's just they're putting on music, everybody's spraying this stuff.
So everybody has a canister of the spray.
I bought like 10 cans of that stuff. Like I got money out for like for the whole trip. Kind of was like, last time we spent about $200. I got some cash. And then literally after
couple
that
of you boys
night,
probably
we're
needed
like gone.
a shower.
Like,
a couple of you boys needed a little foam shower probably after that.
Oh man, oh man, our clothes were like totally destroyed.
Did it burn the eyes?
Oh, it burned the eyes.
Yeah. It burns back. Like I asked Oph and Kai, I was like, "What is that foam?" I don't know.
Nobody knows.
I don't think that there's like even like recommendations on them being like, "Don't put that in this." Like there's people spraying it. Like where was this?
That was in Argentina.
That was in Argentina.
Yeah, see, they're like, you don't care.
It's all good.
Was that Buenos Aires?
Yeah, we were at Walaguay. Walaguay, which is probably an hour, maybe probably 2 hours from Buenos Aires. But yeah, no, it was super sick. And like one funny story about that night with the foam. So at one point we're all partying, like I'm up top, you know, talking to these randoms. Down here there's like, you know, Walter, which is Kainulf's dad, with Sammy, just, you know, just dancing. And then Donnie's to the left of me, and then there's some people behind us. And me and Donnie were just like getting into it, and then like these people were like seeing Donnie being a hell of aggressive with this, like with the foam.
Donnie went a little hard on the paint with the spray.
So like they kept spraying Donnie in his face, but covered him up, and like he did not know where it was coming from. And for like literally 2 minutes, he was like, "Who is spraying me?" Like, and this guy's from behind, and like kept spraying him, and then like they got super into it. It was really funny. And then they would give you like this tops for your drinks, so like none of that stuff would get into. At the beginning, like I didn't get the tops, so like, dude, I went out there with a full cocktail. I was like, dude, no, we gotta slam these before like they get all dirty, you know.
Too clean of a drink there.
Yeah,
that sounds like a good one. Sounds like a good one there.
Yeah, no, that was good.
It was really cool. Yeah, the chicks are hot in Argentina.
No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
I would have put money on that.
It was cool, and
A little better than the
like,
Winter
really
Park,
cool.
or
No, nothing wrong with just a
different.
little,
just a little
different.
Spanish flair.
Well,
Yeah.
you guys are moving to Polk County soon, and let me tell you about Polk County.
Dude, we can't
Woo!
wait.
Polk County, baby. Shout out.
You're-
Oh,
Yeah,
y'all
I know.
psyched, man? I just heard that. Ty called me the other day. He goes, "PB, what do you know about Lake Howard?" And I go, "Is that on the Polk County, like the Winter Haven chain?" He's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Dude, the Winter Haven chain is going to be perfect for you boys down there. It's like 8. I think it's 20 lakes or so all together, but like in a bunch of little cool bars and restaurants on the.
I mean,
y'all
Winter
are gonna have
Haven's-
super fun, man.
Winter Haven's stepping its game up in the last
on.
like 5 to 10 years.
I
Man.
agree.
Like
I agree.
I was down there a little while ago. As I remember, I was like, whoa, this isn't the same Polk County I grew up in.
And fun fact about the Lake Howard, the lake y'all are moving on to, Shane and I went to kindergarten there at Beamer Elementary.
Oh no way.
Yeah, so that's true stomping grounds for us right there.
Yeah, we hold it down there.
So what's up? Ty's buying a house?
Yep.
Yeah,
Ty's buying a house. We're really stoked for him, and like we can't wait to move in. I think this is gonna be epic.
D, I
also.
think you have a good shot at like bargaining for the biggest bedroom outside of Ty. Not Ty. You're not taking the master.
No,
I get that, but you'd probably do more work for the whole crew. I think the whole crew should come together and give Donnie the biggest bedroom.
Yeah,
in the
I think
house,
so too.
apart from
And
Pies.
you have the most potential to make any of them look bad. Like you can do anything.
That is true. I
just-
have the keys. No,
Yeah.
I already secured my room. When we went and first looked at it, I go,
That's
I
what I'm
want
talking
this.
about, Donnie. There you go.
I want this. And Ty was like, all right, it's yours. I was
See,
like,
there you go. That's pull,
Perfect.
and I like it. That's
Yeah,
good.
Donnie got the most mysterious.
Who's all
room.
moving in? What,
Yeah, what's
here's-
give
here's
us
the
the
crazy
rundown.
part. You got
All right,
it.
so it's me, Donnie, Luca, Maxi Maru,
Okay.
and then we got Sam, Kai, and Ulf.
Damn,
So
dude.
it's Sam, Kai, and Ulf will be there.
That
like,
poor house.
Yeah.
that thing's gonna get
So
wrecked.
Sam, Kai, and Ulf are gonna be there, like just
Yeah,
half
just
of the
half the
season,
time, yeah.
whatever. But
And they share a bunk bed.
no, they actually Sam and Ulf are gonna be sharing the garage. The garage has got like an apartment, and then I guess Ty's
Oh yeah,
building
nah,
an
put
extra
me in the garage.
little room, like- yeah, Sammy goes anywhere.
That's really cool. I love that you guys are doing that, and the whole
I know.
crew's there too.
And we're right next to Uncle Frank's, man. We're gonna see
Old
Uncle
man
Paul
Frank.
rolling
Old man
around.
Frank's, yeah, you a
Old
good
man
chance.
Frank.
You're
Old
gonna
man
see
Frank's, yeah.
good chance you're going to see Uncle Paul cruising around for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
we'll
If you need a
definitely
chase
make
boat,
sure.
he's got a pontoon boat. Y'all need a chase, anything? He's got your back out there. I know y'all got some mighty fine chase boats out there. Being that everybody that lives in the house pretty much has their own boat.
He'll make you
How
some
many-
nice shrimp and grits too.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
Oh,
epic.
what?
Shout out Uncle Paul. Hey, how many boats do y'all have tied up at the dock down there?
Okay, so basically when it's full season and everything is working, so we have my boat, Luca's boat, Ty's boat, Sam's boat.
That's
Damn, so
pretty
you got a Supra, a Mastercraft, a Malibu.
And 2 Malibus. Yeah.
Damn,
and 2 Malibus because one's not enough.
Yeah.
gotta have a chase.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's a
One's Donnie's boat.
you got more boats. You guys got more boats
Exactly.
than you got cars.
I know, 100%. 100%. But no, I think the next purchase for La Familia needs to be a jet ski.
Yeah, I was gonna say we need a jet ski. If anyone's selling a jet ski,
They're out there.
I mean,
Yeah.
I got one. I don't know. It's
Shane, do not curse them like that. This thing,
Hey, you watch your mouth.
bro, this thing
That thing
doesn't
has
even.
some soul.
This thing doesn't qualify
Has-
as a jet ski.
It has soul. That's
Why?
what matters.
It floats.
Eh,
I
I
don't even-
haven't pushed it off the dock lately, but it's in the backyard.
Dude,
It should
this
be
thing
good.
is blowing out and depleted.
You give a little makeup, a little touch up. She should be running fine. And it's a wake edition from like I don't know, 2004 probably, 2007 maybe.
That's mint.
That's me.
It's got like the pole that goes up like 6 inches. That
Shane,
makes
you
the
would
wake
have to
edition.
pay La Familia $500 for them to take this thing. It is that bad.
I don't have a trailer for it either. That broke.
Oh, so it's just set it in the yard.
Yeah. Oh no, you can.
It's called set it and forget it, Moss.
There's enough of you can pick it up and put it in the lake whenever you want it. No.
That's true.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like the boys are going to be riding hard down in Polk County. Big season coming up. This is the kind of train. Are y'all kind of like this is y'all pretty much riding almost every day, kind of like getting ready.
Yeah. I mean, I think like it's gonna be really good just because we're gonna be a little bit out of the city.
Bigger, longer lines too. Lake
yeah.
Howell line was pretty small and dictated
Totally,
to
and-
like the shallow areas and like wind direction and shit.
Yeah, Lake Howell is like super shallow, so we're definitely looking forward to get into some deeper waters. We're looking into
We got a lot of lakes to choose from.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you always gonna have a good shoreline. I think that's the most important thing. Is I think by Ty doing this and buying a crib and everything, being all together at the same house too, is gonna be really good for filming the whole Orlando section. We kind of got a little lazy last year and only film a little 20% of Orlando. So I mean, Australia's done, Argentina's done, Italy's like 70%. We need
Polk County might need its own section. dude.
Exactly. So Polk County's gonna be the whole Orlando section.
I was saying all the canals and stuff there are like really like they're all lined with aluminum. You saw like I think they hit it in maybe forget what video is it.
We hit it on
With
citrus.
the citrus and
Yep.
citrus. There's a bunch of stuff. So yeah, it's all like really good sod and bohea sod right there, so you can grass slide and then all the. I was saying you should do what I did my barefoot stuff through the canals.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
what-
Ty
yeah.
was telling me about.
Yeah, so if y'all get you should get 1,200 feet of line and then have it on like a garden hose, and then you
wow.
so you jump in on one side of the canal, the boat idles through, and then you hook up the rope, and then the boat goes through. The boat rides into the next lake, and then you're able to ride through the canal with no
that'd be
backwash
epic.
or anything. So you're just like sliding the kind of stuff, and you're not using a winch. You could probably just keep going
Just
lake to lake.
keep straight. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I never thought of that, but that actually.
Don't tell anyone.
yeah.
the amount of lakes down there, you'll be really stoked. But just rip through and get a different background, different setting.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited, and we're gonna do another trip to Italy, I think, this year, and then hopefully, try to be wrapped up with the filming by September, October, and then just see how long.
We got a
it's gonna
movie
take.
title. We got a movie title.
No, yeah.
I love it. Mysterious.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. No
Dude, hey, don't
title,
give the
no-
people.
no
don't give the people
deadline.
anything, Donnie.
Hey, we don't want to get too ahead. First of all, we want to get the meat.
Yeah.
And then
Then you can get the-
we gotta
then
name,
season the
and then we gotta
potatoes.
name the cut of the meat.
I mean, I
Exactly.
think just even self-titled, just La Familia is like
La Familia, the
I mean,
movie.
the movie.
It
Good.
could be.
It's good. It's good. I'm not saying you got to go with it, but I'm just saying it's tangible.
I feel like most of the naming of everything has just come, natural.
Yeah.
It'll just happen, and that'll be
Yeah.
that.
Then sometimes the movie title just jumps out and drop kicks you in the face. Huh?
Hopefully it comes soon. It hasn't come yet.
Hasn't come yet. Well, there's not even an end date to the movie yet,
Well,
so we got plenty of time,
yes,
theoretically
yep.
speaking.
Exactly.
That's true.
What's your favorite contest of the year, Massi, to compete in?
Favorite contest. I mean,
Pull
it's
that
gotta
mic.
be.
Pull that mic a little closer to you.
It's gotta be either Wake
Yeah, there we
Fest
go.
or Double or Nothing. To be honest,
I wasn't asking that just so that you
No,
say
no,
double or
no,
nothing.
no.
But anyway,
I
shout
mean-
out double or nothing.
shut out Double or Nothing. I mean, 100%. I'm somebody who thrives when there's a lot of people, a good crowd, and it's all about having fun, and it's all about giving in your 100% and just enjoying it. So I think Wake Fest
was
with
a
a
perfect
huge
answer.
crowd and
Wakefest is a good one.
yeah,
huh?
it's so much fun, and I think it's
Donnie,
just,
you been to Wakefest?
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah,
always.
yeah,
at Wakefest.
Donnie's up in there.
What do you mean? We're in the boat every year. You
Yeah,
forgot?
I did. I don't know if I mean that was a malfunction right
Yo,
there.
I'm the one that always.
Donnie is literally we're sitting elbow to elbow for the last 4 years,
Yeah.
fucking like 6 hours at a time.
Exactly.
I'm a freaking goldfish.
It's like, Parks, what do you mean? I'm the one that leaks the result every year.
Oh no, of course not.
I've been passing your beer for
me and
3 years.
Me and Shane were talking about the shootout at Wakefest, and like not only is that contest like crazy, like it's the biggest prize money ever given, like it's in front of a shit tons of people that are fired up to see wakeboarding, but like I don't know, I wanted to pick y'all's brain about this and see what y'all thought. Like what is up with that format bringing out like the best and the underdogs and the dark horses?
Yeah,
because
it's wild.
I mean, you do all these weight contests through the years, and it seems like the same handful of people like are winning those. But every year at the shootout at Wakefest, like if you think about it, let's go the first one. Ollie Jerome, I think, was the first one. Pretty big dark horse right there, and then I think Gunther Oka won the next year, and that was before Gunther was.
And not that these riders aren't good, but it's like they have this like opportunity to prevail without having to see anything else, or it's the competition doesn't get to see what they did. Like there's a weird like which is more valuable of. I mean, we can keep running through the guys, but what's more valuable on not seeing other people ride or other people not seeing you ride?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And let's fill the people in real quick. Like this is a contest, $50,000 on the line. You get 4 tricks, and the riders are not allowed to watch the other guys go. They're in a houseboat around the corner with the blinds down, and you're not able to have the music up. You can't hear the crowd. You can't see what anyone did before you, and you just have to go out 4 tricks.
But to be honest, man, like, you know, you are right. Like the underdogs have always been succeeding at Wakefest, but I don't think it's necessarily the not being able to see what everybody else does. It's just being in a good mind place of like not doing too much, but enough that it's hard to beat. Cause I mean, if you're going all out, like Ulf, he's got that run and like he's like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah,
that's
but Ulf is going all out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he's going all out. Exactly. So he just like, whatever. Like, you know, no matter the condition, I'm just gonna go in and just gonna try to do the best I can. And go super hard, you know?
So you're saying it favors that kind of
So
philosophy as opposed to like anyone else looking at the conditions. The conditions are horrible here. It's like Rochambeau on every weight kit you get. So
you get so
you're
many,
saying like the guys who pump the brakes a little bit and try to throw some strategy in it backfires.
It kind of backfires, you know what I mean? It's like so many years, like it's just like I've wanted to do like this run, and every year I end up like, no, maybe I'm just like thinking about going too hard and whatever, and just kind of do something that you land that it's like hard, but not like crazy hard. And so I feel like that sometimes just like kind of backfires, and like the water is always kind of terrible at Wakefest, so it's just always a hit or miss, you know?
But like what you're saying is like I think what you're saying is by not seeing other people, you're like, I know what I need to do and I'm going to do it regardless. And like, that might be because you don't see anybody else ride. Like you don't see anybody else ride. So you don't go into that mind frame going, well, they just did, you know, this, and this, and now I have to make this. It's like, I'm doing it no matter what. And I don't know. It's just, it's odd that the people that have won, like they crush it. There's no question that they do win it, but it has to be one or the other. Like, is it because you didn't see the people, or because
I don't know.
I
just think it's wild that like a lot of like underdogs, dark horses have like won that event from Ollie to Gunther when he was not winning. I think it was the first contest.
Wolf.
Well, it was the first contest Gunther ever won too.
Yeah.
Gunther wins a lot nowadays, but back then it wasn't. That was his first one. And then you go Kai, Ulf, Kai again, right?
It was,
and then Ty, Ty in
was,
between that. So yeah, I mean Ty's not necessarily dark horse, but
that was Ty's first event too that he won.
Yeah.
I think
100%.
How much money has La Familia made from this contest?
Dude, y'all might be over a couple hundred G.
Yeah,
We got Kai,
25.
Ty, both 25.
That's 50.
50.
Because it went from
Wolf
50
75.
to 25.
Yeah,
couple years.
Ulf's made 75, and then 50 from the other boys, so 125.
That is
Jeez.
crazy, dude. Back in the day, if we had a $10,000 wakeboard contest, like your heart would be
Danny
beating.
would
Your
probably
heart,
win.
Danny, of course,
would probably
Danny would
win.
win. Danny would show the fuck up every contest that had big money on it. We call him Big Money Harf,
He,
dude.
he wouldn't win the first like
bastard,
4 or
dude.
5 contests of the year, and you just be like, and have these weird falls that you're just like, damn, it's not. And then as soon as
It's almost the
big
way the
money,
whole-
the money was
just
on,
come
like
in,
Danny was just
slap
clutching
your
up.
face.
Dude,
You're just
every
like,
time
Jesus.
he had a clutch
Yeah.
gene within Danny that was like unseen. Anything
Yeah.
that I've even seen to this day. Like
Yeah,
when
we called him BMH, Big Money Harf.
Big Money.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, buddy.
That's really good.
Yeah, man. I think the Ditch Brothers got you. Put a a
Yeah.
bag of money in front of those boys. They're gonna go get it, dude.
Well, there's also the argument too, or not the argument, but the question of which trick has made a person the most money. Like
I've heard people
single
argue.
trick.
yeah, which one like Kevin Hinshaw had a back 7 that for
Oh,
some
yeah.
reason he would just make a back 7.
He could
and
do it in the
every little
shittiest double up, the
shitty-
roughest
shitty double
conditions.
ups, and he'd win money all the time. And Jim Mielerich, heel 9, made tons of money. And like there's tricks
Danny
that have
Harf, toe
made-
9, my
yeah.
double cab roll.
Yeah. Double
Uh,
cab roll. Your double cab roll made you bang.
Dean's back 7. Dean
Oh,
made the
Dean
double
back
up.
7
Dean's
made
back-
a bunch
Dean's
of money,
back
especially in the
back
kicker
7.
contest back in
Yeah.
the day. He would win
100%.
that all the
What
time.
what trick is it nowadays?
Money
that's
money
like the-
mob. Dommy's money
Donnie's
mob.
money,
Yep.
money mo.
Shout out
There's
to
a couple.
Dom.
There's a couple of them.
For me, definitely the trick that made me the most money is Blind Pete for sure. Shout out Danny for inventing it.
Massi, what's that? Let's get into a little trick progression off of that little note right there. I've been you worked on the osmosis blind Pete yet?
You know,
it's
coming.
I've been telling you for this for like the last year, and now you're mad. I say it in front of the 3 cameras here at Bonifay Banter Studios,
It's
dude.
good. No, I'm just joking.
I'm trying to
It's
light a
coming.
fire under you.
It's coming. It's coming.
Donnie, you think you could pull that?
That's yeah.
He comes
He's
in
got
one
it.
handed for fuck's sake.
He's
Like,
got it. He's got it.
Yeah. No, we tried it. Don't worry. It's on the way.
He's already made it. I can tell by the demeanor of these two guys. They've already made it. And whatever. Let's get on.
I hope so.
Oh, I wanted to also say, I know I see the sticker back there. I want one of you boys to throw a sticker at Massi since you're closest.
Oh,
Pick a
hell
little
yeah.
spot. I know I got a La Familia sticker on the board already, anyways. But
There's kind of lighter areas up in the top. Maybe it'll pop out. Maybe in the upper right.
the what gets the most love is that left side of the
The
sticker.
left
chart.
side,
Yeah.
you think? What
Don't
about-
cover up good ones though. You can go over. Don't you? There's a few other
you can-
spoon.
hey, put it
There's
over-
a few other spoon
Hey,
stickers.
put it
on
over
there.
bug juice. I don't,
You
who
can
knows
go
what
over
the
bug
hell
juice.
that is.
That where you had it, like that spoon. like,
Jones
yeah,
soda?
yeah.
What the hell is that?
You don't remember Jones Soda?
I already remember it, but like
They
I'm
made
just-
it- they
I'm
made-
still to this day asking what the hell is that?
That's a sticker of the album that they made, of an album back in the
a
90s.
Jones Soda album.
Jones
That
Soda
sounds
album. I
fucking
believe it had
amazing.
Goldfinger and a few other like old school little brands like that on there. But I
It's
just wanted-
official. La Familia on the sticker board here.
I know I got another
go,
one.
baby.
I'm trying to find the other. Nice crowd. Where do they come
I
from?
mean,
hey
they're-
guys, thank you.
We keep them in the garage right there.
yeah. All right.
There
I
you
know
go,
there's
Piff.
another La Familia sticker on there somewhere, but we'll get to
I
that.
think the bug juice is very juicy. It's no
Yeah, it might be a little juicy. That might be the point of the whole Jones Soda bug juice situation.
I can't believe you
almost got
still have that sticker board. That thing is timeless right there.
Yeah, it actually used to be twice the size.
Damn, it's official.
It's official.
It's
We're on the
official.
board.
Damn.
Hey, while we're still talking on this progression thing and some tricks, I was thinking earlier, I was like, the tricks in double or nothing lately, just from the triple flip to, what was the last one? Double KGB. It got me thinking, who knows how big these boats are going to get, how big the wakes are going to get, and how good the riding and like good the guys are going to get. So my question to you, to Donnie, and I was Donnie first. I want to hear Donnie's perspective on this. He films a lot of the bangers for La Familia. What is the trick that will win double or nothing 10 years from now?
Give them Jeopardy
10
music too.
10 years.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's give it a
Jeopardy.
10
too.
years. No, we don't have Jeopardy music.
We
That's
don't really
just
know. We'll get
10,
sued for
10
that.
years. I mean, I figure in 10 years we're gonna see a double mob 7.
Double
Probably.
Mob
There's
7.
gonna be a
I
double
like
mob
that.
7 in 10 years.
Because Sam's he's flirting with some double mob 5s.
Yeah. I mean, maybe there could be a triple with a little bit of a spin
Triple
at the
roll
end.
blind,
maybe,
yeah.
maybe a little roll to blind.
Yeah.
Maybe double
do you think?
cage 5.
Yeah.
Double
another
KGB
double
5.
mob
That sounds
5.
like,
Yep.
I like that. So double KGB 5. double mob 7.
Maybe
you know what I
from 5.
You know what I
cab
think?
5.
You know what my prediction is I think this will come probably around that 10-year mark. I think double blind Pete is doable. Well, if you think about it, it's pretty much Sam's double mob 5. Like the way you're not coming in switch, you're coming in toe, and then you're pretty much rolling that mob 5 kind of rotation at the thing. And I think that a double toe back roll and a double cab roll should feel the same about halfway through.
Yeah.
So with that kind of like philosophy, I feel like you could I'm not doing this shit, but it seems like coming out of a double toe roll, and you'll probably see double toe roll to blind first.
Yeah, maybe double toe roll to blind.
Well, we haven't seen that. I'm giving it a 10-year kind of like thing, but I think double toe roll to blind will come in the next like couple years, and I think double blind Pete's like on the horizon of like a decade kind of thing.
I mean, I feel like it's already been crazy how much stuff we've been seeing. Like, like I think like the wakeboarding world has progressed like far and beyond where I thought it it was gonna go. And I think like that's the cool. And I think that's the coolest part.
Close, bud. Get close to it.
Yeah.
There it is. That sounds
there
nice.
we go, like this.
Yeah.
I think it's like all the tricks have like changed a lot. Like everybody's now trying to like utilize and put style into perspective. Like that's a huge thing. And I mean, like it's already like kind of crazy what everybody's doing and how good everybody is. And I think we're just gonna keep on getting to the point where like at every contest and anything, like anybody can win, and it's just a matter of whose day is gonna be. So it's really cool. It's super cool to see also even the young riders, not focusing.
What kind of young guns do you think are on the horizon right now?
Dude, I mean, there's plenty of young guns, like, from Nano, from Shion, from, DJ Johnson.
What about even younger, like
Stefano,
Cruisy Boy Wake, dude?
Yeah, Cruisy Boy, we're talking. And then obviously, you got the Kane Word.
Yeah, Kane.
I mean, we got a lot of people that, are riding really, really good already at a young age. And, like, and also seeing them focused on style and making trick look good rather than adding a 180 or a spin to the trick. It's really cool. And I think the sport is in good hands, and it's gonna just keep on moving forward, keep on progressing.
Hear me out on this theory I've always had, and it goes like this. So every few years, let's say it's like on a 4 or 5 year pendulum where it goes from focusing on the technicality and like the technical part of the trick, and that starts winning contests, and then out of nowhere it like starts to sway back to the style, and like they do people can get away with doing just a steezy like 3 in their run, and it like, but it's the idea that it like as soon as everybody gets focused on even just trying to make it steezy, then somebody will come along and just start dropping a few 10s and a double flip. And then everybody goes, okay, now we got to get technical. And then everybody starts to get technical. And then one person steps outside the box and starts doing some steezy stuff. And then they start winning a few. And then everybody goes, okay, yeah, no, we need to get back to steez. And then it like, it's just like a constant little swivel that it like, as soon as everybody or the majority of the people, like 70% start focusing on, let's go double flip 10, back 9, like whatever, then one person will just do an easy, just like sick mob 5 and then whatever. And then just like, then everybody goes, oh wow, yeah, that actually starts to look better. And it like, I don't know. It's funny that I've seen it go through it, but what do y'all thought? Have you thought this before?
I thought that basically at the end of the day, like, you know what I mean? When you're riding, you just got to do whatever like makes you feel accomplished, whatever you want to show to the people, whatever you want to show to the world, right? Yeah. Rather than like, at the end of the day, like I'm thinking if I did a stand-up run and I'm super happy because like I mixed it in with so many tricks that I thought that I wanted to put on contest. And I don't end up winning. At the end of the day, is only like three or four people perspective about that. And
hey, you're preaching to the choir right now, because I would do runs that people were just like, "What were you did? That was not a good idea." Like, and I was like, "Yeah, I just sort of wanted to do that shit."
Exactly,
and I was like, "Yeah." So
I just wanted to do it.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's not a consistent. It's not a consistent, and I like format of judging. I feel like it's always kind of switching.
But I think it's good because it keeps everybody on their toes. Like, like I can't think of good examples, but it was almost like where the Harley era was going, and Harley was just banging out these hard tricks. And then Bob Sovin came and started doing these big backside 180s into the flats, and like
kind of shook it up. It shook it up just enough. To
it wasn't saying one or the other was better, but it was because everybody was following Harley's lead on like, let's do this Pro 5.
Very easy to stand out.
Yeah, it was easy to stand out. And then once Bob started doing this, even the tour changes their perspective and goes, let's have a one
mandatory
trick,
less than 5.
Yeah, and then but then that's because these certain style things happen, and then once that sort of catches on too much and they're going, oh well shit, we can't just mandate these riders to do a trick that they don't want to do, let's open it back up.
Yeah.
And then it just like it's this constant swivel, and I love it because it does keep everybody on their toes, but it's the idea that a 6 steezy run can beat somebody that just does 3 double flips and 2 1080s, and it's like,
yeah, but also I like that because at the end of the day, like, you always like kind of, sorry guys, I keep on.
You're good.
But
scoot your chair forward. That's what's happening is you keep scooting your chair back.
I'm scooting back.
Yeah,
I'm going like a prawn
in the cut.
But I mean, sometimes like, for me, like it's like, I mean, if I can't grab a heel 9, like I won't put a heel 9 like sometimes in the contest. And like, and sometimes I have like put the heel 9 in a contest, but I know that like I don't grab it great. So like, I'd much rather do a 7 with like a different type of grab, making it look good. And like, but then sometimes
do you think that works against you? Sometimes like
sometimes,
you're like,
yeah,
if you're like dead set on like, man, I want to grab this no matter what the conditions, headwind, no matter what, I'm grabbing it the way I want to grab it. And then if you get behind on the handle passes, you get behind the trick,
and then you go down.
I think you're right. I think sometimes like when you stick to your guns on style and wanting to grab it the way like, and this is something that I completely did not really do. I was like, if it was conditions are bad, like I'm definitely skipping a grab or like anything. I'm trying not to ultimately fall. I'm trying to get to my double up without a fall and kind of thing. And I was like, it's going against kind of like what y'all were saying, but I was just trying to get to the thing. But I would tip of the cap to the people who would like truly go out there and keep style. Their motivation. I mean, their prerogative, and like their motivation, and it's like what they wanted to do. It's like,
but you built like bent with the times. Like when you were riding and at like your early age, it was technical.
Yeah,
it was all that, and then
right.
but because you guys did so much technical stuff, and then
but it was because of Randall. Randall, what he did, like,
and then he would come along, and people would go, wait, maybe we're not judging this. Because it is just like I don't want to say a bias, but it's an opinionated thing. Like if the judges are overseeing a certain type of riding, then they want to see something different. Right. And then somebody like Randall comes along and switches the gears. And then now everybody has to adapt and start trying to do some more steezy stuff. And then that's where you learn that steez is actually just as hard as doing something technical. Because
100%.
if you can only do some crazy technical shit and then you try to do a cool frontside 180 or backside 180 and you don't look good, then it changes everything. Like 100%. You're like, oh, well, this is why that guy is actually so good. It's because
like everyone's getting like 6 or 7 tricks at OWC on a Capass, and Randall's fucking riding at like 28 miles an hour.
My God.
And he's going so big, and there's so much time in between the tricks. I think he ended up getting like he was rushing for 4 tricks, like pretty much
crazy.
And everybody else is going 6 tricks, like bang, 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 bang.
It was the best.
Yeah,
dude.
that was.
I loved watching his riding compared to like, and maybe nowadays it's like a little bit. Maybe
I almost loved like talking to him about his riding opposed to everybody else's. More like I loved watching his riding, obviously, but when you'd be like, Randall, that was pretty crazy. You only got 4 tricks, and he's just bad. I don't give a fuck.
No, that's epic. What about you, Donnie? What's your opinion on that?
I mean, I feel like, I'm more on the sidelines. I'm watching, but I feel like recently, we're in a pretty decent spot where like style is still valued opposed to like just tech. Because I mean, now I feel like the judges, depending on the mix of judges you get in the boat,
right,
they're looking for
they're beating it up.
for Sam's, weird chicken salad or double grabs, and like obviously Ulf, they're rewarding Ulf going huge.
I think it is. I think the judges are doing good on understanding that you can go super tech and you can be super steezy, and maybe the 180 isn't as important as the grab, or they're equally as important. Like I'm not going to knock you for just doing that because you made it look so good, opposed to somebody that didn't grab a 10. You know, like,
exactly. But definitely, if you're gonna lean on the style side, I'm not gonna say it's more risky, but it's like you were saying, if you commit to I'm hitting the wake, I'm grabbing it like this, there's a lot more that can go wrong than if I'm hitting the wake as hard as I can and I'm doing a 10. Like if you're thinking, okay, I'm gonna grab, I'm gonna poke, I'm gonna do this, it's a little it's a risk that I think is worth taking. I like to see it.
For sure.
And I think like it's also like putting my feet inside of the judge's shoes too. It's like super hard to compare like an Ulf run where he's maybe doing a 7 to the flats, mute, and then, you know, Corey goes, you know, heel 9, back 9, toe 10, double backy, double cabby, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really, really hard to look at that, but I also look at, you know, how much risk Ulf is taking to go that big, to manage that much line tension, to be landing that clean, that big. 100%. And it's just like, you know, Dean Smith, you know, somebody that doesn't really go very little. Somebody that goes absolutely massive.
He's little.
You know?
He's little. Does not go little.
Does not go little. And like literally like the first year that when Ulf changed up his riding and he rode a Moomba last year, he's like, he gets off the boat and he's like, he does a complete different sport compared to you guys. Like, it's not even funny. It's like, that's
the landing gear on. I remember watching Ulf. I think I really watched him ride. Was at the shootout up at Wakefest, and I was like in the boat, and he was just in the air, and like he's getting ready to land, coming out like a back 5 or something, and I'm like, absolutely not. I almost like looked away and looked down and wrote fall, and like looked back up, and this fucker made it, dude. Yeah. And I've seen it so many times. It wasn't a fluke that one time. His brother's the same. It's just like. Yeah. I've never seen anyone land with that like technique and that kind of like bolts with their legs. Dude, and it's not like they have Daniel Grant like kind of like or Rusty sized legs. They have like
I know.
Not like Massi legs, but like they're like in the middle of the
pretty normal legs. I'd say.
You know what I always love is the out the front, but still riding. Like Rivers has posted it a few different times now where she like does something and like lands and like she's going this way and like and fully out the front and then stands back up. And I've seen like I think Dino do it before and a few other riders do it, but I always love that way. You're just.
I mean, as a judge, like I don't know, like I loved it because it was like just I was on. It's a cliffhanger. You're like, no, and he made it. But it was like, would you count that as almost a butt check or a hand drag? Does that get docked? I mean, it's sick, but do you dock? It wasn't a stomp. Do you dock it?
It wasn't a stomp. Was there
impressive as shit.
Was there a splash? Is the question.
Yeah, I mean, it's easily.
Did he fart?
It's docked either way. It's like I'm gonna dock you because you didn't stick it, but I'm also giving you a little check mark because you stood back up from that thing. Like that was insane. Like
no, for sure. I wouldn't. I definitely would duck it a little bit, but I mean, if he doesn't put no hands on the water and like gets like I've seen people like literally sit.
I think it wasn't exactly what he tended to do as a judge as well. Looked like he wanted to do that and stick it. He made it. He didn't butt check. Yeah. So I mean, it's not a full throw out, but we're definitely counting. I mean, and that thing's won him to. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, I mean, I don't know if you guys watch the live stream, but I mean,
La Familia live stream.
The live stream for Moomba, but man, like watching Ulf. Like, you know, right behind the Supra, behind the Malibu is one thing. But when he rides behind the G, that boat's got that crazy kick, it's just ridiculous. And I don't know if you guys seen the crash, but like he rides qualies and he starts off and he's supposed to do a melon back 1 to the flats. And he does like a back 3 and he's like continues on with his run. And then ends up doing a huge back 5 last trick and then snaps the board. Yeah. This is like one of the boards that is like double layered, so like super hard. So then Dino, so like he didn't make it, so he had to ride like LCQs within 3 hours. So Dino hits up like the shop. This shop's gonna brings him a board. It's only like it's not a double glass one, and he's like, man, this board's gonna break for sure. Anyways,
called it.
brand new board arrived on an Uber for him. Board never hit the water. And he gets ready to go start the LCQ run, and he goes, dude, I'm just kind of afraid that it's going to break. And he just cuts in, goes massive, melon back one, and it was just perfect. And lands, absolutely disappears, and you just see his boots just floating up, and literally 2 strips from the tip of the board stripped out. His inserts of the screws ripped out. Like
he tore out the whole insert like pattern, like the block and everything.
I
First
love
hit.
that he didn't change his run, knowing that it's a board that's not made for him. He's
Principle.
like, it's principle. He's like, you know what? We're fucking going for it. And he's like, yeah, but you know the board won't work. And he's like, don't ask me that shit right now. I'm going for it. You know what I mean? It's just like the idea of like,
That's not my problem to deal with.
Yeah.
Well, it's about to be.
going to be a problem. Like you can't do that. You can't go that big on a board that's not
Dude,
double glass.
breaking the
for it.
board crashes are the worst too. When your board buckles and you catch a tip,
Oh, man.
Oh yeah,
and you never see it coming as a thing. Like you're like as relaxed as I was going to say a cucumber, but I don't know if cucumbers are
They're pretty
chill.
relaxed.
Yeah, you
don't
can be
think-
chill as a
they're
cucumber,
chill.
but a relaxed
They are
cucumber
chill,
is like
yeah. You don't have too many warm or hot cucumbers. They're mostly chilled.
Mm-hmm.
better
That is
relax
true.
and pickle.
Yeah.
So like, I'm thinking, is this like a bad time to ask for another beer? Or
No, you can ask for
Wait,
one.
what do you want? Wait, I got a cooler right here.
Oh, come on.
Well,
you know, I was
this
waiting
is what
for
we
a
do.
comfortable break. You know,
This is actually
Actually, let's take a little break right now. All right, guys, it is time for episode 2, Bonifay Banter Top Shelf Member Giveaway, the Spin to Win, where we take all the Top Shelf members and we put them on a spin to win wheel, and we're going to give away a bunch of cool prizes. Shane's back in the studio, back from Thailand.
yeah, it's good.
How was it?
It was a good trip. It was over in Thai Wake Park filming for the Liquid Force park shoot and stuff, and getting taken care of by Daniel Grant.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like a good time. Speaking of Liquid Force, big thanks to Liquid Force for supplying the giveaway last week. Liquid Force Wakeboard to the winner, Martin Fowler. Local Claremont boy here also won the Brian Grubbs signed print, so that was the giveaway for episode 1.
Yeah, I know Martin. Good guy.
Good dude,
guy. I
good
like
dude.
it. And I'm glad he won.
Yep. I'm going to drop it off to him. Just drive it up there. But episode 2 giveaways, we got some bangers right here. The La Familia episode, we got an RXT wakeboard by Ronix, Massi signature wakeboard. So we're going to give away that. We're giving away a $100 digital gift certificate by Duvin. Duvin's
Two different
giveaways. Yes, we are going to give away the Duvin gift card first, right?
Yep,
That's the
Duvin
plan.
gift card first. I like that. And then the second one is the Ronix Massi's board.
Yep, the RXT and the La Familia t-shirt
And
shipped.
a La Familia t-shirt.
Shipped straight from the La Familia compound down there in Winter Haven. So, and if you become a Patreon member, we got koozies in, we got some stickers. So, man,
we
it's
got
happening right now.
Yeah, we got some gear now.
Let's do it. So, episode 2 giveaway. We're going to do this is for the Duvin gift card right now. I'm wearing a Duvin right now. I'm always wearing some Duvin.
Duvin's got good stuff. I like it.
Based right out of
Stylish.
here in Orlando. So,
Stylish stuff. This is a good win right here. You know, $100 at Duvin can get some sweet new shirts.
I like it. Let's
Yeah.
go. All right, we're going to spin it up.
Spin it
Who's
up.
going to win? 1, 2, 3. She's spinning. She's spinning. And the winner is of the Duvin gift card, Lauren Williams. Congratulations. Duvin makes a lot of good girl stuff, man.
All
They got
right.
some cute stuff.
I like that.
Yep. So
She'll like that.
She'll like
She's
that.
gonna like it.
who's not going to like that? All right, we got one more giveaway, one more spin to win.
I guess Lauren could be a guy's name too.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. Who
I don't
it
know
is,
a lot of. I know a couple Laurens. To tell you the
Yeah,
truth.
but we're just gonna assume that it's a girl.
Yeah.
But
Sorry about that,
Either
Lauren.
ways.
Either way. All right, for the RXT wakeboard and a La Familia t-shirt, let's spin this thing, see who's going to win. And we spinning right now. And the winner for the RXT wakeboard by Rodex, Bill Porter.
Bill Porter. Bill Porter.
You know what? I don't know if Bill Porter would want an RXT wakeboard because Bill Porter owns
does own a
Performance
wake-
Ski and Surf.
He's
So
He might want the shirt though.
he definitely probably want the shirt. Okay, maybe I'm going to assume that Bill's going to donate the board back to the Bonifay Banter and let us do one more spin. I
I'm
think
going to
Bear.
assume so too.
I hate to put words
I will
in Bill's mouth.
personally get him another Aronix board if he does come back and goes, hey, no, I want the board, and we'll go. All right, well, Aronix will send you, but
right.
we'll figure it out because Bill Porter owns a shop and he's not winning away.
Well, next time he gets a prize, but maybe not this one. All right, so assuming Bill's going to donate it back to the Bonifay Banter, you're lucky. It's your lucky day, folks, because now we get another winner, another spin. All right, here we go. Spin number 3 for the RXT wakeboard, and well, maybe Bill takes the La Familia shirt. We can't guarantee that right now. Maybe we'll do both.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is the Harris brothers, Josh and Brandon, dude. So they win the RXT wakeboard.
They could do
They'll put
something
that to
with
some
it.
good
Yeah,
use.
I mean, look,
You know what? That's going to happen on the Bonifay Banter. That's what happens when you sign up to be a top shelf member, and anyone can win.
I mean, they're in La Familia and they're getting a La Familia shirt. Maybe they need a backup.
Maybe should we do a third spin?
I think we should do a
Or
third
fourth
spin,
spin.
but if either one of the first two say I do want the board and the shirt, then we got to go with it. We got to go with it.
All right. Well, this is getting blurry. You never know.
What if, oh man. This is what happens
Hey, you know
when all
what?
your friends support you.
Some of the top shelf members have good connects to wakeboard. So we're going to do one more fourth and final spin. Who's it going to be for the RXT wakeboard? There we go. Brian Taylor.
There we go.
Well
Brian Taylor.
deserver of the RXT wakeboard by Ronex Wakeboards.
I like it.
Yeah,
and
man.
we can even get the Harris brothers something. I got some melon hats we can send.
I like
we can
that.
get
I like
we can
that.
get we'll take care of them
And
just
Bill,
for supporting.
so thank you,
And
Bill. Thank you, Josh and Brandon Harris. And congratulations, Brian Taylor and Lauren Williams, taking down the Duven gift card and the RXT wakeboards. Back to the episode. You got anything left to say, Shane?
Just thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Much love.
We should make an intermission beat.
Little jingle.
Bum 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 bum.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling that one.
I don't know. I think it's pretty nice.
You like that one?
I think it's got a vibe.
All right, let's try it again, and then let's try it again from the top of
From the top. It's the last little bit I love.
You love
There's
that?
the Bum, bum.
Well, that's the intermission
And
song
we're
for
back,
now on.
you know,
So
yeah.
now, and we're back.
You know, bum, bum. And we're back, guys. How we doing? You know, it's nice. It sounds nice. I like it too.
It's
And as you can see, we got some cups here filled with some ice.
Yeah, we're going to switch it up right now. We've been drinking some beers of our choice, apart from a Red Bull. But now we got ice in the cup, and we're going to sprinkle a little Italian Massi flair onto this podcast right now. Massi, what do we got going? What are you whipping up for us?
Dude, we're going to do a little Red Bull spritzer, man.
He brought a little cooler from his house.
that.
Damn, we got prosecco and Aperol. So we're doing Aperol spritzies.
Dude, we're doing Aperol spritzes
I'll
with a
just
splash
tell
of
you,
Red Bull.
dude.
I'll tell you what, me and Paige went to our honeymoon or eloped in Italy. I had so many fucking spritzies. It was crazy.
It's perfect.
I spritzied every day. And it was like, there wasn't a question of what we're having. Oh, let's get a spritzy.
Hey Shane, how much did you notice the difference in the spritzies that you had? Because when me and Paige were over there, Paige's sister got married in Italy, and we did the same thing. We were all about Aperol spritzies, and Enzo, across the lake from you, his restaurant to Paige, and I agree, had the best Aperol spritzies.
See, They vary.
Yeah.
They vary. And it definitely, Paige would always actually go with let's tell the viewers that when me and Park say Paige, we're not actually talking about the same woman.
This is kind of crazy.
I am married to a very lovely Paige, and Parks copied me and decided to marry and get engaged to another Paige. So there's two different pages.
I'm engaged to a Paige, and Shane is married to a Paige. So
2-page for the Bonifays.
2 page for the Bonifay's. We're gonna have to do a podcast with the pages.
took a page out of that book.
Yeah. So needless to say, Paige would always go with the Hugo Spritzy. Do you know what the Hugo Spritzy
the Hugo
is?
spritzes are really good with the Sambuco.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
No Sambuca for me.
We call no Sambuco.
Oh, okay.
It's actual
different.
the plant. It's just a plant. So there's a little bit of
Sambuca is no
oil
good.
of Sambuco.
It's like a minty lemony spritzy.
Okay, I
It's
can
not a Aperol, which is like a bitter orange spritzy. And
they call it Hugo also.
Yeah. So
Well, what does your mom drink? What does Mimi drink? She
All right. So if we're at the Piffaretti's, right?
she drinks half and half or something.
Yes, she drinks half Campari, half Aperol,
Oh, whoa.
Prosecco.
game changer.
And I'm telling you because
His mom and dad know too.
Yeah, they do.
Uncle Marco.
Shout out TT and Mimi.
Yeah, shout out TT and Mimi. Much love. I miss him. I'm gonna be seeing him.
You want to
soon.
FaceTime him right now? Or is it too
Dude,
late?
it might be too late, but
might
I'm
be too
turning.
late. It's
I'm
like
turning.
2:30
I'm
in the
turning
morning.
30 in a couple weeks. In like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I might be a little needy, but can we get a spritzy going first?
Yeah, let's get it. Let's get
But
a
no,
spritzy
I like
going.
the FaceTiming idea. I also
I was
wanted to-
checking the time. I was
I
actually.
also
checking
wanted
the
to
time.
call Luca just to see what his crazy ass is up to.
Oh, dude, he just bought a truck. He's pimping,
he's-
dog.
yeah,
The other
he's
day he
feeling
was
good.
just having a Miller Lite, looking at his truck.
What do you think is his truck, Donnie?
Of Lucas
Yeah.
truck, dude, mint F-150, bro.
Oh,
Come on.
come on.
The
Now.
American
like-
dream.
come on
I
now.
like
Ford-
the
built Ford
Suburban.
tough.
I like
Oh, bro.
the Suburban was nice.
Yeah, the Suburban
That thing
was
was
nice.
mint.
Are we
It was
getting
a
ready
good
to pop
pop.
this
We're
thing,
ready to
dude?
pop it? Are we
Don't,
gonna-
hey, don't,
no,
hey,
no,
Bonifay
no, no,
Banter
no,
Studios
no,
is
yeah,
pretty,
yeah.
Studio's
it's pretty
fresh.
fragile,
Ready?
dude.
Three,
So,
two, one, and
Dang, dude. That was nice.
there we
was
go.
beautiful.
Did you do it in the mic?
Yeah, I did it in the mic.
Perfect.
All right, I'm gonna make the cocktails.
Hey, should we, I've been at a party before, one of the Red Bull parties, and they were doing Aperol Spritzies, and they actually put a Red Bull on top of the Aperol Spritz. Y'all don't have to do it, but I'm gonna be willing.
I'm with it.
I'm
I'm
gonna
with
try
it. I'm with it.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, I just keep mine classic. No offense to
yeah,
Red
keep
Bull.
it
I just
classic, go.
love a spritzy.
All right, I'm gonna try it with.
Oh, you're going to get flavor?
Well,
Look at that.
We
Should we
going
do
classic.
regular?
Yeah, let's do the new flavor. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down to
Grapefruit,
try that.
grapefruit and blossom. I haven't had this one.
that actually doesn't sound bad.
Grapefruit. It almost sounds
And
like
I
the
don't-
thing that you were talking about. You said minty, greeny kind of
No,
like
I
thing.
don't.
This
I,
almost
I
sounds
think
like-
those flavors will work with the spritzy. I'm just.
Well, you can
saying.
try
I think you
You
don't
can try
trust
mine.
us as bartender, Shane.
Let's do it, Moss.
You don't trust me as a bartender?
I trust you. I'm just saying I like a classic spritzy.
Okay, I'll make you a classic spritzy, no soda water, because that's how we drink them. You know, that's
Oh, really?
That's
See,
where,
the
you know,
soda
you
water
lighten
is
it up.
actually a nice little touch to it. I thought it like lightens everything up, keeps
You
it
know,
like
but-
as a day drink.
yeah. But if you have a lot of ice, the ice melts, so you already got the water. So
Ice
you
is
don't-
about to melt right now. We keep talking about this.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, what's the difference between champagne and prosecco?
I mean, champagne is made with the champagne method, and it can only be called champagne if it's made
If it's from
in
France.
the town of Champagne in France. And yeah, that's the difference. You know, the proseccos are different. They're coming.
You wouldn't dare get a champagne Aperol Spritzy in Italy, though, would you?
Well, I mean, it's kind of like a waste of champagne, man. It's just like, you know, the
Good way to look at
you know, you're making champagne is good to drink like that. It's got a thin bubble. It's, you know, it's particular. So like if
A
you
thin
just want to
bubble.
enjoy it. Yeah, very thin bubble compared to the prosecco. It's got a thicker bubble.
like a bigger bubble.
So
Exactly.
So you go Aperol first, and then you go prosecco on top.
While he's doing this, Dan.
Yeah, you do Aperol first because then you get the
You keep
ice wet.
distracting
If
him.
you put the prosecco on the ice like right away, and it just like all the carbonation goes away.
How much do you have to hear about this shit all the time, Donnie? Mossy
I
talking about.
I just let Massi do his thing. I trust him. You know, it's in his blood.
It
so-
is in his
Dan,
blood. It's
I would say you almost have the hardest job of the people in La Familia because all of these people are. I don't want to say they're insane, but they're borderline. Like they're close.
Yeah.
Massi just is the nicest Italian. You got Luca, which is just the
lot of energy.
lot of energy, lot of emotions there.
Yeah.
You got Sam that's just you
Easy
don't know
going.
what the hell he's saying most of the time. But you do, but you're going, I didn't understand that, but for some reason I know what you're saying.
I can relate.
Yeah, you're like, but it's just like I feel like you trying to decipher in between
No.
all of these buoys is like running a
I-
slalom course.
Something like that. I mean, I feel like I love the mix.
Yeah,
I feel like, you know,
it's a good mix.
it's a good mix and we're a big enough crew. Okay, we'll break off. It'll be this three, you know, over here. You know, you break off a bit.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a
I
big
mean-
enough crew to where it can,
Yeah, there can be a couple groups,
Yeah.
couple.
What's who's the bunk? But like, does everyone love to bunk? With like,
okay.
do you shuffle up the Like who do you hate to room with? Like who's the worst in your opinion?
yeah,
We all hate the room with.
I'll get there. So, okay, no one likes to sleep with me because I snore.
All right. Yeah, I mean,
the gargoyle.
They call me the gargoyle. So no one likes to sleep with me, but
Donnie at me.
But I'll bunk up with Luca or Sam. But Ty is the one sleeps with no one. Oh,
won't deal with anybody.
No, won't do it. Like
really? That's kind of crazy.
Like he'll get his own room.
I got to word this right, but I've shared a bed with everyone in La Familia except Ty.
Damn,
that's pretty good.
Hey,
Ty,
can you imagine how many times Ty starts flicking his hair when he knows he has to bunk up? So
will Ty get his own room? Like, let's say there's 3 rooms.
Mm-hmm.
There's 7 of you, and honestly, 3 could go to a room, but will Ty go in his pocket and buy another room just so he doesn't have to 3 times?
He gets miles for it.
I don't know if that's ever specifically happened, a full separate room, but it's kind of, we all know each other good enough. We know when we walk into this Airbnb.
And some homies just don't care about it.
Yeah. And also, I'm kind of lower on the list. I'm the tag along.
That's what I'm saying, Donnie. Something's got to change. You have you're wearing the hat now, dog, is what I'm saying.
No.
You want a classic?
What?
You want a classic? You want a classic?
Give it to me, classic. We can have 2 classics.
Yeah,
so
just let you Red Bull.
Just a little bit on top. Just a little frizzy.
All right.
Just a little something.
Who's getting the tall class?
Ooh, look, we get a little different color with it.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh yeah, in the mic.
Thank you, Massi. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Here we go. I like it.
Keep it in the style.
Cheers, gang.
Yeah.
Cheers, gang.
Episode 2. The first of mini La Familia episodes. We decided to get Massi and Donnie in on the first one. And then the next one, we don't really know exactly who, but there's a long list of La Familia episodes that are going to come. We're going to probably even do some like possibly on the road, maybe go to some hotel rooms night before a contest, maybe the night after.
Yeah.
Set up a little thing.
That'd be really cool. That'd be awesome.
That would be a fun one.
Yeah, dude, stoked to be here with you guys, chatting shit on the platform and, watching you guys grow. This is epic. This is, for me, looking up to you guys as a Grom and, wanted to follow you guys'
save that for
footsteps.
after.
It's pretty sick, dog.
No, we're thankful you
Glaze
guys are here.
Shane's head's big enough right now.
Yeah, come on.
I'm just joking. No, we appreciate it.
we
do.
You're
really
sick.
good.
For me to be here as an Italian,
La
you know what I
Familia.
mean? Like remembering,
if there was an over and under on if you were going to say that, I definitely would have gone for the. He's definitely saying.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
I know
it's a
you're
blessing.
so genuine. It's an Italian thing that you guys like, and that's what I said. Is when I went and did the eloping like 2 weeks there. It's just the best because Italian people are just so
not just Italian. I mean
grateful.
Italians, but like his family. Your family is like one of a kind, dude. They are fucking amazing, dude.
Man,
teaching your mom and dad. I can see after spending time with them because I got to go to Italy and you weren't in town and you called your mom and dad and I got to stay like at your place and like I got to hang with them without you there and it was like I truly got to like see like their compassion and like the way they like they look out and their hostess and what they do for like people who just like come through. They're truly amazing, man. And I can tell that's where you get it from. Like you're that part of you of pouring Aperol Spritzies and bringing that. It's the apple falls straight down from the tree. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask: is it a good thing or a bad thing that every wakeboarder that comes to Lake Como hits you up looking for a little bit of?
Dude, I love it.
A little bit of Lake Como.
I love it, but I mean,
No,
there's got to
no.
be moments where you're like, we've only hung out a few times, right?
No, I love it, man. Like to be honest, I don't spend much time at home, and like when I travel the world and meet all these people and tell them where I'm from, and they actually make it there and like get to see it, like it's cool that you get to share a little bit of like what you grew up in with other people that you meet along the road. So it's always cool, and like mom and dad like love having
your family runs like you run it there. It's so cool. Like
Your cousins, your aunt and
cousins
uncle,
like
everyone's
hotel
there,
and
yeah.
restaurant is like so amazing. It's so dope. It's like
I mean, yeah, my cousin that like got me into wakeboarding, and he's the first guy that he was the best in Italy and stuff like that, and you know what I mean. Like he took over, he stopped wakeboarding, so he just wanted to keep going with the family business, and him and his brother, the chef, like they've been absolutely killing it. They wanted to push themselves, and it's cool to see like the same style of mentality that he had within wakeboarding, putting it into like the family business and everything. And my uncles were always like shredders. They grew up like shredding, like from kiteboards to like windsurf whenever like they first came out back in the day.
Damn,
like snowboards.
they do that on Lake Como too. Could you windsurf and everything?
Yeah, dude. They were like windsurfing on Como, and like as soon as they came out, they like bought them. Like as soon as the first snowboards like came out, they had them.
Sick.
Like they were kind of crazy, and
It's
like
good to have that kind of people to look up to. Like it really inspires you when you're like a super grom to like really be like, okay, there's fun
This
shit
is
to do
cool.
out there.
exactly,
Yeah.
and
It's like
and
us
like
at Cypress Gardens. Or
yeah,
something,
no,
kinda
like this is the cool thing. Like the people I idolize, this is what they think is cool. So now I think that's cool.
100%.
like I mean, like my cousins were like snowboarding and skateboarding, like. Like, and that's what I wanted to do when I grew up. You know what I mean? It's just like I wanted to do exactly what they did. And
how you got good on Lake Como is like fascinating. I was out there on the boats riding around, and I was like, dude, at 8:30, 9 in the morning, it is almost unwake surfable. Like we tried to wake surf it, it was like really hard to even like wake surf at like 10 in the morning. So like you probably had to just like crack at dawn that thing to get out there and like get some grease.
we were getting up early, but you also got to think that like the ferries now are going way more than like back in the day. Don't get me wrong, there were still ferries, but like right now, like the people coming to visit are just so many, and like
It's blown up a lot in the last 10 years.
But there's like a spot. So basically, when we went to Italy and filmed for the movie, we actually rode on Lake Lugano, which is just right across the border. We rode at Wake Factory, Marusco's place, and that's just like literally like you can either like go down to the lake and go cross over to Switzerland, or you can get to like 2 towns from my house and take this crazy road over there the mountain. And like just go over the mountain, and basically you arrive at the wakeboard school, and like there's like so much less like transportation and like on the water, so the water is so much better, and like we actually got some really good conditions, and it was just really cool to have everybody at the house. My family threw a little party with everybody, like has a few spritzers, and everybody brought a bottle of wine, and just it was always like like I wanted to show them like how my family is, and it's cool because my family is so nice and so good and so set on one way and being nice and taking care of everybody, that like I have like big shoes that I gotta fill, like I got in order to be
like TC and Mimi, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I gotta.
You don't gotta try too hard. I think it's in your blood. So
Yeah, and Donnie, you grew up on Lake Como too, right?
yeah, of course.
He's the one that has been the most. He's the one that has been the most to Lake Como.
Where did you go? Where are you from?
I grew up in South Carolina.
Oh,
Yeah. But I mean, because I started coming to Orlando to ride with Kobe Mick.
oh yeah,
nice,
Yeah,
old
Mick.
maker.
Of course. Shout out
Shout
Kobe
out
Mick.
Mick.
But yeah, I grew up in South Carolina, and I don't know, eventually ended
We
up
both
here.
did this.
But yeah, no, not Lake Como, not Italian.
No, yeah, no.
Real American.
Not all of us can be as lucky as this handsome
Yeah,
guy over here.
of course.
Man, Lake Como. I was over there, and I was like, I remember driving around. I was like, I can't believe Massi grew up like on these like streets right here. I could only imagine like, you imagine growing up and like you like this is the world. This is the way everywhere is.
Everything is.
And like, what did it feel like when you left Lake Como and you went to like someplace else or like
Orlando.
anywhere? Yeah, Orlando or any,
like,
I would say,
place is
anywhere
shit.
besides Lake Como. I'm not saying any place else is worse or better, but I'm just like, visually, it's just crazy
Are
the
you
difference.
saying?
Like,
Are you saying OBT in a good night isn't just as amazing?
it can be
as
more
the-
entertaining. I tell you
it can-
that.
yeah.
OBT with
That's
a
for
good
sure.
sunset.
Definitely more entertaining. 100%.
No.
Like you
All
grew
right,
up-
boys. I don't want to like change subjects, but I do have some rapid fire questions I wanted to run
rapid
through.
fire.
Rapid fire. Let's
Rapid
go.
fire. Who wants to go first?
Donnie, I want to
Donnie
see the
going
format
first?
first.
I think
Oh,
Donnie.
let's
I
go
feel like
first.
Donnie's the better one to ask on this because he has a more rational, more centered perspective,
Yeah.
being the one who's like almost spinning 360 around life with the camera, looking at these crazy motherfuckers in La Familia. I feel like his
He's the more
answers to
journalist.
me
He's the guy
are
journalist
mean
mind.
more. Moss, if you want to chime in and kind of like elaborate, or if you strongly disagree, but I feel like Donnie has the best perspective.
I
on
know,
it.
100%.
But
100%.
yeah,
I
you
have
can
some
chime in.
for you too. But
Okay,
if,
okay.
if you do interject, you can
Yeah, we
interject.
can-
but you might
can
have
work
some of
together.
the same questions. But we'll
All right,
go.
I'm ready.
And it's not rapid fire, but it is like let's keep a good
Good pace.
Good pace.
Not
you-
too fast,
good
but
pace.
not too slow.
Yeah, if you got a good,
All
get
right.
something.
Okay.
All right, first one. Here we go. Donnie. Hardest person to wake up in the morning.
Hardest person to wait. That's Piff. That's Piff.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
100% Piff.
Best partier.
Ooh, best partier. Sam.
All right. Worst crash.
Worst crap.
Worst crash that you filmed.
That I've filmed. Ooh, I don't know. That's up there. I mean, Luca's got some good ones.
All right.
Piff's got some good. I don't know. It's a mix, but we'll say Luca for now.
All right. If you had to live with one person from La Familia,
Well, if
it doesn't seem like it would be Ty because he doesn't want to live with anybody.
Well,
Well, he is buying a house.
We can have separate
He is buying a
bedrooms.
house.
He is buying the house. That's odd. He probably did buy the house because he was like, I don't want anybody in my room.
Exactly.
So I'll buy the house and everybody can sleep in all the other
I need a
rooms.
7-bedroom.
But I gotta pick one person.
one
me
person.
and them.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna say Luca.
Yeah?
To be honest, yeah.
Is
that's
there
a
a reason?
bold
Yeah,
Well, see,
elaborate.
but no. Me and Luca were kind of like we were a duo for a while
Okay.
before La Familia and
Okay.
everything. So, me and Luca butt heads like everyone,
Yeah.
But there's always I remember being real young with Luca and
I like it. I
kind of like a
it.
best friend type of thing. So
I
I'll
like it.
say Luca.
Swap lives with one of
Whoa.
the La Familia.
Swap lives.
Like if
yeah,
you
I
just
love this.
take-
We get to learn a little bit about
swap
La Familia.
lives.
I mean, this one's a good choice because then you can just move back
Yeah,
home
know.
and live in Lake Como.
drink these
Exactly. If I say swap lives, I'll put it between Piff or Sam.
Okay.
I like say like
Well,
Sam.
Sam's you got to understand. You take the mentality of the
Yeah,
person,
no,
and
see,
nothing
that-
really
yeah,
bothers.
That's
Sam.
what I considered.
Yeah, yeah. If you swap lives with Sam, that's an guilt-free
Easygoing
life.
kinda, yeah.
You
Exactly.
just
You're
go.
crazy,
You
mate.
just
You
nothing
fucking
ever
crazy,
bothers.
mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say
Yeah.
Piff or Sam
All right.
for sure.
Film with one person forever.
Oh wow, what a
you're trying to
heartbreaker
get
like
me in
answer.
trouble
this
here.
is.
I know.
You're trying to get.
Don't
me
look
in
into
trouble.
Mossy's eyes. He's giving you the puppy eyes.
I
Mossy's
know.
eyes were like this. He was
I
like,
know. I already know who he's gonna say. I already know. Who he's
It
gonna
might be
say.
the Luca again because I think they're best friends. They're buddies.
See, you're getting me in. I'm gonna say. Okay, I'll say I'll pick someone for the rest of my life, and then I'll tell you who I enjoy. I
Okay.
would pick Piff
Okay.
because we got the versatility.
yeah.
Truth,
because
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought you would say Sam, but
Well, wait a second. Piff, because I love to film
This is
like
interesting,
a
though.
winch spot, boat riding. Because like really, at my heart, I love boat riding,
And pizza.
and pizza too, and spritz. But as far as like when we're on a trip and I've been on the jet ski for 9 hours a day,
Gotta love it.
I'm hyped when I see Sam strap up.
Oh, I love
I'm
Ri-
like,
I
all right.
love filming Sam. Sam's one of my favorite people to film.
Like
for
I'm
sure.
not here to pick favorites.
Yeah.
I love filming everyone.
No,
Is
for
it-
sure. But then you're allowed to do it. You're going to film enough people, and you're.
Is it
like,
because
you-
Sam is just like so unpredictable and kind of
Very
loose and kind of like
unpredictable.
and just
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I've seen
he's either
Sam.
gonna crash really fucking hard
I've
or
seen
fucking
Sam just super hungover. Like he's like, oh, I'm going first, and we're like, all right, fucking whatever. Like this is just first ride. We know you just got hammed last night. Why don't you just like chill?
no.
Crushed
No
it.
such thing.
Mate,
Murders it, and I'm like, oh, that was like the best set we were like filming, and it was like his first set on the shoot. Anyways, next one.
Yeah, let's keep it going before we start a little topic.
Don't get Shane going, dude. Shane,
Who complains the most?
ooh.
Oh, damn.
Oh, I'm trying to
I
guess these in my head.
Ty,
too,
or, well, I kind of just blew it. Massi, no, I think Ty.
But it's not saying that they're like complainers.
No,
they're just
I
like
think Massi
Okay,
might
no,
complain
I
as much as
I
Ty.
always make like, I mean, some complaining about like, the house being dirty, the
Yeah,
dishes. I'm
but-
like, I cleaned up
Well, you don't have a
yesterday.
maid anymore.
No,
I'm
we
just
do
joking.
once
I'm
a
just
month,
messing with it.
but the rest of the time
you'll
I gotta
get your
do
rapid fire.
yeah.
You'll get your rapid fire. I'm just joking.
Well,
I'm just
I
joking.
think we'll change it from complaining to the most particular.
Okay.
Ty is
Okay.
the most particular.
I
Like,
get that. I get that.
You know, when we travel, he needs his setup, he needs his sleep.
Do you
Yeah.
think every time Ty flicks his hair, he's like being particular about something in his head, like something like or kind of like got him,
sometimes I don't
like
know.
he sees like a coaster off, he's like, oh.
I don't know what goes on in Ty's head.
Nobody. Actually,
don't know.
if you mic up Ty, have you ever mic'd up Ty?
No, we need
Because
to.
Ty is like verbally the most out there wakeboarder I've seen him at photo shoots, and he's like having strong dialogue in his head out loud. I don't know really what he's saying. That's what I'm saying. You might need to mic Ty up, because have y'all seen that before? Ty, when he gets really mad at himself, he's just like, and it's not like, fuck, come on, let's do it. It's like
Whole conversation.
it's a whole conversation.
Exactly.
All right. Who's the worst to edit with?
The worst.
Like, because you help them. Like you're editing. Like,
Yeah, your setup is
Okay,
like
okay.
very
so like, I mean, let me preface this with whenever we were editing, I mostly knew all the how to lay the stuff out, but the boys
Yeah.
didn't know how to edit. They were with me, but
Yeah.
it was me and them on the computer editing some of the pointless stuff.
Okay. Okay. So I'll say, let's see. Not that it's bad to edit
No.
with them.
But we're not saying that. We're not saying it's bad. But
No, not bad. I will say the first person that will be behind my back on the computer after we film is Luca.
Yeah,
100% of the
So
time.
my next one was the best person to edit with. So
The best person to edit with.
Yeah, but do you want the person on your back?
Well,
when
that's
you're-
the best person to edit with. I don't know. I kind of like being left alone.
no,
A little bit.
Okay, I get it. So
Oh wait, you don't want people going, hey, dog.
no. For example, like I wouldn't say it was the worst to edit with, but Eric Ruck, when we would edit, we would lay a clip and like get it to the sides, get it to this, and then you go play it from the beginning. And I'm like, well, we know what we know what the whole section looks like right now.
Yeah.
Can we just start like 15 seconds ago?
But
and see
Ruck
if that
wanted,
flows?
Ruck
And he
wanted to
goes,
watch
Can you
the
see
two
it
minutes.
again?
every clip, we drop a clip, play it from the
Baby.
beginning. And I'm like, dude,
See how it
this
flows.
is going to take.
We're gonna
us
hate this
slow.
shit by the end, Ruck.
So
Yeah, Rocky.
but it was a lot of fun
Yeah.
editing with him because he was very particular. It was
No,
it
I
was
feel
good.
like when I like edit, I'm more of like a leave me alone for a bit, and I'll call you boys around and be
Oh,
like,
okay.
I have this.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't,
I like that. I didn't know how it was working in the house because when I dealt with these assholes, we would all just be in the room and they would be like,
You know the
my
hot-
turn.
the
and they
hot-
would like,
the
Danny would
hotkeys-
come in
the
and be like,
hotkeys,
it's
Apple
like,
us.
It's like, nope,
Yeah.
move that, clip that, blew that. And I'm like,
No, I
all
feel
right,
like none of the boys are really
too
weird,
bad.
like
All right,
not like
fair
that.
enough, fair
No,
enough.
but it's kind of like, Donnie's out there. He's filming, 6-7 guys a session. You know what I mean? And as soon as we get back, like we kind of like know, like Donnie got this thing needs
He
to
knows
chill
what-
out for a
He
second.
knows what he wants it.
And plus, I don't know. I mean, keep going.
I
with
don't
the
want. I
rapid
don't want
fire.
it. I don't really like people editing with me either because I know where I want to go with it. And then
Yeah.
as soon as you have somebody, and it can change the momentum real fast. And you're like, oh, well, I was thinking we'll
Yeah.
get there, but you want to go there, and it's like it's a swivel. It's like
Yeah,
I
for
compare
sure.
it to like doing a puzzle, and you always got to put the pieces, certain pieces.
I don't think
but
that
you
one goes
gotta
there.
try- Yeah, you got.
I
I
don't think
don't.
that one goes
But you got to
there.
try it. You got to try it. And you go. That one doesn't go there. That one doesn't go there. That one. Oh, that one goes there.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
nice. Yeah.
So I
Hey,
feel
for
like
the
they-
record, Shane really loves puzzles too.
I do.
Shane
I
at his house, he has like
a bunch of
he has
puzzles.
like 6 puzzles, like all like glued and like framed on the wall.
That lines
Not
up.
artwork, just puzzles he's done, which
puzzles.
is artwork.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
And a lot of
somebody's
hard time
artwork.
with
Somebody's
somebody's
artwork. I just put the pieces together. Why is Luca the way he is?
Damn. You know, I have no idea.
Nobody does. And who's the best cook in the crew?
Oh, Piff.
Piff?
That's easy.
Yeah, I could have guessed that.
Yeah.
He's got the ingredients. The
Yeah.
Italians know some
Yeah, yeah. I
things.
mean,
Is he really the
Appreciate
best?
that. Cheers to that, brother.
That was good. That was good.
I'm not cheersing that because you know
yeah,
what?
tell the story. Tell the story.
I'm not cheersing that because I'm sure Massi's a good cook and maybe he's
Does
evolved.
this have to do with carbonara?
No,
It has to do with pasta. It
But
has
it
to
does
do with
have to do with
pasta.
pasta. You were close.
Tell the story.
Yeah. Well, I wanted Massi. I was like, Massi, come over to the house and like let's cook. Like I want you to cook like an Italian, like cook some pasta up. And so he's like, yeah, baby, let's do it. Come on. When should I do it? Comes over, and he lines up eggplant parmesan for the Italian dish, and I was
That's a slap in the face.
not about.
disrespect.
I was
What are
just
you on a
not.
carb diet?
I mean, I know you're trying to bulk up and shit right now, but I mean, this is a while ago too. But like, I'm not an egg planter. I don't like. I just thought I wanted Massi's first Italian meal. I wanted the funk.
You wanted meat.
I wanted the,
You
I
wanted
wanted,
meat.
I
You
wanted the
wanted
real
meat. You wanted
shit,
meat.
dude. And you came in softballing, is what
I
I'm
know,
saying.
I know. You Americans are really particular
Don't
about
drag
your
America
pasta
into this,
with
dude.
Yeah,
pesto,
totally.
with
Meat,
chicken.
protein.
You're outnumbered here.
Argentinians got it.
Don't act like we're the ones that love pasta.
That's true.
No, but like for real, like in Italy, it's like
Go ahead,
not
battle.
No.
Make your argument for the eggplant.
in Italy, it's not like, you know, like super common that there has to be like meat in the pasta. Like, you know, there's some like just like
understandable.
even white pasta with Parmesan and oil, and it's insane. Like white pasta with oil and like pepper flakes on it. Like,
We don't have to go through
you know,
all of the pasta.
it's banging,
dishes
you know what I
with
mean?
that.
And
No,
I was
get
just
it, I
like,
get
you
it.
know, maybe,
Well,
you know, I was
Since we're
like,
talking about protocol of Italy right now, Massi, do you want to like look at the cameras? You can look at that one and be like, what are you going, you know what I'm going to say. What are you going to admit to the people of Italy that you do to pizza over here? And mom and dad, TT, Mimi, cover
Just
your
do
ears.
it.
Hey, everybody, if you don't want to hear this,
Just do it.
yeah, we
tell
dip,
'em.
yeah, we dip that shit in ranch sometimes. Yeah.
pow, pow, pow. That's right, dude. Massi
Hey.
Piffaretti dips his pizza in not just like a little drizzle. I'm talking about a submersion of like, dude. And
I will say,
you will be
American-
disowned.
American ranch
I hope
slaps.
I hope you still get into Italy, and I didn't like ruin anything for you.
No, it's fine. No big deal. Like, you know, I'll admit it. Like, over here, like, when the pizza's not so good, a little bit of ranch, you know?
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's slap on the pizza, not the putting the ranch on a pizza. It's like y'all don't.
It's
got
the
that good
pizza.
of
So
But
bad?
to be honest,
you mean
like-
there's no good pizza in
Hey.
America at all?
Do you think if you
No,
had some
okay.
hidden
Okay.
valley
'Cause
in
you ha-
Italy?
Prado's got decent pizza.
Well, you have direct dialogue with Dave Portnoy, pizza review guy from Barstool
yeah.
Sports.
I mean, yeah, that was
got
the whole
confused.
chat that went wrong, and yeah, he roasted me out of nowhere. I'm like, mate, like, you know, I was trying to like, you know, even hit on my cousin, maybe, hey, this guy's pulling up, I'll get you a bottle of wine. I'm trying to like,
tell the people the story. Like he was in
Well, it
he was
was-
in Lake Como, and you reached out to him. You're like, gotta try this
Exactly.
place.
And-
He went to the wrong. It's a common name around the thing. So
no.
There's
I
two
was like,
restaurants,
okay,
right?
I was like, I sent him the Instagram, you know, like on the chat, you can tag like the Instagram of the place, you know, and
Yep.
and I just like told him, I'm like, hey, if you're in the Como area, you can go and check out this spot. It's like insanely good. I'm from the area. And I didn't want to tell him like it was my family spot, because sometimes it'd be like, oh,
Totally,
you're just trying to
totally. Yeah, you
like,
don't wanna load it up.
Like
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
sounds
want it.
biased.
I didn't want him to promote nothing. I was just like, go there, and then if you go there, like I can maybe do something for you. And then I guess he was staying in Como, and he just searched Darsena on the internet, and there's
Wrong
like different
one.
places
Damn.
that have this spot. And like the Instagram that I sent him, like you click the link and there's the address right underneath like the link that
but he squared up with you too. He realized he messed up, and like he went to the right
so
Darsena,
like
right?
basically like shows up at this spot in Como, terrible. I know where it is. It's like they make like it's just like the spot where like, oh, there's a bunch of people that walk through here, and like that's the only reason why it's a good spot, and they just make kind of crappy food. And he goes there and he gives the pizza review, and I just open up my Instagram and he just straight up like put my profile like up on this post is like never talk to like I'll never
This
like
guy
talk to you
knows
again.
nothing about
and my
pizza.
and my name is like Pizza Boy on the internet, so it's like he gave it a
gotta trust this
1.1. He gave it a 1.1 review.
Dang.
That's how bad the other Darson is.
That like, dude, and I was like.
That's pretty
And
funny.
I texted him like, "Yo, you went to the wrong one." I actually got the chat on my phone, and then he just texted me back the next day. I actually made it to the place you told me about. It lived up to the expectations.
We're
And I- and
gonna
I
post
did-
it up. We're gonna post it up.
Yeah, we'll put that up. You guys can check it.
Yeah,
We'll get
and-
it.
and
We'll
it's
get it
like-
right.
And it was just like, yeah, man. Like, I mean, I didn't want you to promote nothing. It just like kind of like I was trying to help you out, and then it just kind of like, I was hoping to ever see him again, and like you just talk to him about it. It'd be kind of funny.
I like it. Should we go into Massi's little?
Yeah.
Rapid fire?
Hit him with a couple.
Yeah, we'll go quick one.
Hey, you got to keep him quick because this will be a 3-hour episode real quick.
Yeah, we gotta go quick. All right, Moss.
All right,
Here we go.
all
Here we
right,
go.
all right.
I'm just going to face this way just so the camera
Yeah, no problem.
can see me. Who's the best to live with?
Who's the best to live with? I would say Ty and Donnie. Yeah, bro, Ty and Donnie for sure.
Ty and Donnie. Italy or USA?
That's a tough one, man.
Ooh.
But like, that's a tough
I
one.
didn't think
I
that was
wasn't
gonna-
expecting that.
But
I was gonna say
no,
that,
my
but I
heart
said
is
that.
Italy at home.
No, of
like,
course,
my
yeah.
heart, like it's
All right, favorite pizza spot?
it's got to be Prado. It's got to be Prado.
Prado
Wait,
here.
Yeah, in Winter
All right.
Park. Like,
What about worldwide in Italy too?
worldwide? Don Antonio by Starita is my friend Keko, and his family's from Naples. And
Is that the one that has your wakeboard hanging up in there?
Exactly.
I've been
So
there.
my homie
legit
yep.
spot. Legit spot.
that spot's really good. That's true Napolitan pizza. Unbelievable.
Worst crash, and we'll get into this in a little bit because I already know the answer. But
Yeah.
worst crash?
Dude, I think one of the worst crashes I've seen. Luca off the spillway in Argentina, man. That one was that was heavy.
All right,
He's
fair
a
enough.
beast.
Favorite Bonifay?
Oh,
Oh no, this is crazy. No, you can't put me here. You can't put me here. You
I
can't
mean,
put me here.
Your
Who's
best answer is
asking
your
the
best
question?
answer is Paul Bonifay. Uncle
Yeah,
Paul.
Paul Bonifay. Yeah,
Okay,
Paul
fair enough,
Bonifay.
fair enough,
Hey,
fair
Paul
enough. Oh,
Bonifay.
Damn.
Give him a
Shout out
little
to Uncle Paul.
All right,
Luca saw him the other day, by the way. I'm pretty sure.
Hey, if you're moving down to the Winter Haven chain, you are going to see a lot of Uncle Paul Bonifay.
He's
around-
the best.
Can't
around
wait.
there.
It's one of the my favorite people in the whole world.
Can you guys
So
tell
good.
me the story about whenever he changed the color of his truck?
I think we might save that for Paul Bonifay's
Yeah,
podcast. but
and we will do a Uncle Paul episode probably
Yeah.
within the next
we're
4 or 5.
coming with that.
Oh, that's
Favorite writer of all time?
Ooh, favorite writer of all time. That's a really, really tough one, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Aaron Rathy.
Oh, I thought
that's a good
I
one.
like that.
I like Aaron Rathy too, but I mean, I'm like right here. It's like sort of.
No, I mean, like, guys, like, for real, like, I
Don't have-
think, you
don't
know what I
think
mean?
fellas.
It was like, but
Well,
like, I mean,
No, Aaron Rathy. Aaron
Rathy-
Rathy's personality, not the personality, but like the conviction behind his writing was like it was crazy because he like was.
He had those
Just-
eyes too. Like,
He's just was wrathy and like could never convince him not to be wrathy. He was just always this like.
you know,
well, and
yeah.
he was the first one who became like I feel like really good at both. Like
Yeah.
some people dibble dabble. Like we all hit rails. We did wake, but like I feel like Rathy was like the first like the raft drum, the used. Like there's Gunther's. Like there's only a handful of writers who have that double skill set, and I feel like Rathy was
No,
kind of like one of them.
Rathy, who was very talented. He was always just very board sport, just one of those like
Yeah.
Colin Harrington badasses at anything that they would do. He's filming now. He films amazing.
He's bad.
badass.
He gets
He's
He's
badass.
crazy. No, no,
crispies, dude.
He's
Crispies.
badass at everything he does.
He's a talented
Like,
motherfucker, dude.
His
He learned to
section-
play guitar in like a year and a half.
Oh yeah, I remember
his
that. Dude. That's
section
crazy.
that he did for Steel for the X Games thing, just on his double up, like he was trying the triple,
triple,
and he
yeah.
fell, but it was like never made it. But like the whole section
Yeah.
was like emotional.
It was the-
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
for sure.
crazy, and
He
there wasn't
created the
even
vibe,
a
yeah.
made trick. Like it was all about trying a trick and not making it, and it was an amazing at it of just pure emotion of just knowing that this was a thing, and that was Rathy.
Him and Taylor made a wedding video for this couple that they didn't even know, because I think they're going to start maybe like doing that. And they just made this is just a sample one-off prototype that they did it, and he showed it to me. Bro, I didn't know these fucking people. I'm like,
crying, shedding tears.
yeah. So wedding, Rathy's actually filming our wedding. So
that's perfect.
yeah. So me and
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love that. Get to
100%.
hang out with Rathy.
But yeah, I was
All right,
debating between, I think, Raph and Rathy, but I think
you just like those letters?
I think that just Rathy, like sometimes the way that his style was a little bit more raw compared to Raph, that it was so precise. Like it was, and that's why, like, I think like
I love
answer.
it.
Good answer.
All right. Worst contest rider.
worst contest rider, myself.
All right.
What do you
I'll let
think?
you say that, but I don't think so. But I mean,
No, I'm the worst contest
I think
rider.
you've gotten better in the last like
I've
couple
gotten
years. though.
better, but dude, there's like some tricks that they're like being my like literally like
Crowd your heel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
your
my
heel.
like my
All
dark
right.
horses.
all right. Next one. Why is Luca the way he is? Same questions.
I don't know, dude.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. That was a trick
knows
question.
the way
That's
he
a
is.
trick question in the minute. Does Ty get too emotional at a contest?
Yes. I actually.
He does.
I
Yes, he
actually.
does. That's the correct answer.
Yes.
There's two answers, and you got the right one.
Yeah.
Favorite trick you've landed?
Favorite trick that I've landed.
Well, he may have landed something for the video. These boys ain't telling us something about.
All right,
right
we
now.
can leave it a
Dude, I
question
think
mark.
maybe
Favorite trick that people have seen.
Maybe like zero. The zero, it was like kind of like the
It was
first
good,
3
yeah.
went 3 on the
Yeah, no,
bow
that
and
was sick.
whatever, and that
It doesn't
kind
gotta
of
be the hardest.
Yeah,
It's
no.
gotta be the favorite. Like, yeah, I like that. One beer for the rest of your life.
Peroni.
Yeah, good call. That's my favorite
that's a
too.
good one.
That's a
Good
really
one.
good beer.
Yep,
What number am I thinking of?
3.
No.
Damn, that's what I thought.
Who's the best poker player?
What number am I thinking of?
The Ulf Ditch. Shout out to Ulf Ditch.
yeah.
No.
Who's the most fun to party with? Out of the crew.
You can't say yourself.
Yeah, you can't say me or Parks because
Out of the crew,
out of the crew.
Sam, Ulf, Kai,
Nah,
Coyote.
hey,
I don't know. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Who's the most likely to get arrested besides Luca?
Plot twist.
Because obviously there's one answer.
Josh and Brandon.
Josh Brandon, yeah, they get locked up for some crypto stuff.
Love the boys. Dude.
I love it, dude.
There we
We
go.
need to do that. Hey, Nine's love it, Shane. The rapid fire, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, that was epic. That was fun.
That was a good little game right there, man. Well, let's get into. We talked about crashes right there, and I think this is a good segue into. I think Massi's one of the. We grabbed this clip from Cole on Citrus.
I
Massi,
know.
you can turn it. I wanted to ask
gotta
you.
turn this way.
This is a clip of one of Massi's like most traumatic, and this is a very traumatic crash for like any wakeboard crash. But you were winching, and it's something I had the same kind of similar crash at OWC, and we put it in my documentary. And I honestly couldn't watch my crash for about a few years, like the first little bit as it was out. I've gotten better. I can watch it now, but like I can imagine, I kind of wanted to like pick your brain of like what, because I know you were fully conscious. It wasn't like you crashed and you got knocked out or you got like a concussion. You're 100% aware of the situation. And when I watch that clip back before we get into it, it's just like I can hear your voice change. I can hear like you're looking at your arm just like completely broke. And I imagine it's like pretty traumatic for you. But like I just wanted to see like how have you evolved and like matured in like on this crash in itself? Like,
Yeah, I mean, like this crash taught me. Yeah, this crash like taught me a lot. Yeah, coming out of 2019, won Alliance Rider of the Year, and it was something that I've always wanted to do. And we were filming this movie with the boys where we finally got together and decided to like, hey, not many movies are happening, so we wanted to like just kind of like keep on pushing the sport towards the right direction, and got to the spot, and the spot was pretty gnarly. We put a lot of wax on the pillars and stuff. I got in and just like kind of got the clip like right away, like first tee.
Stomped it first, one of the first.
Tee,
you got
and,
it.
Yeah, I just
and it was a pretty risky.
Yeah,
it was a pretty
risky spot.
In retrospect, do you feel like would you go if you're filming that gnarly of a spot again? Do you go in with the same with mentality, or are you a little bit more like, if I get the clip, some spots are one and dones kind of like things.
It's just kind of like, I just went in and got the trick right away, and then I just like kind of like, oh, maybe I could just like session it. You know what I mean? Like the spot, like, it's just like maybe like,
quick
Anybody that's watching, that's going to watch this on YouTube knows when you see exactly the setup, this is not a sessionable situation.
And I talked with Dami about this kind of like too, and
we
Dami
got
kind of feels
we got to the spot, like, we hopped this like, 7-8 foot like fence. We got in, everybody gets set up. We called Ruck to come help shoot as well, like a second angle. Cole's chilling, Dom's pulling me. Nothing. I go in, just like hit it off the side first, and just went 2 pillars, and I was like, all right, let's go. And first tee, got the trick, and then I was like, got a first tee, and it's like Dom was kind of looking at me like, oh, should I unpack? Like, should I put everything away? Like, first try fresco, like. First try fresco, and then just kind of like, oh, give me a couple more, and then I went another hit, and I went pop, like hop, and then I ollied over the 4th, landed on the 5th, like hardway 2-step, and I was like, oh, there we go, like now we're talking. And then I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go switch 180 on, and then pop, hop over the 4th one, hardway 2. And I was just thinking, I just got to prove that I, like, just one rider of the year. I got to just prove that. And I just, like, remember and thinking that. And I was just like, that's totally the wrong approach to what I was doing. It's like, you realize, especially being winching with Dom, Felix, it's all about, like, getting there, seeing the spot, where you set up the winch. Some spots are just, one and done. And then, we'll see how it goes. But
I feel like that's almost like a part of being. I'm not a wincher, and nor do I claim to be, but I feel like after being with Dom, filming like Real Wake and like watching like that kind of stuff, I feel like being a good wincher is like looking at something, assessing it, figuring out the best toe angles, the best, safest way to do it, the best camera angles, to where if it is a one and done, you're not fucking doing this shit again because the angle's wrong. Like, let's make sure everyone's on the same page. And if all parts like run smoothly, I feel like you can, these one and done kind of spots, and that's what winching's about. No one's going to a winch spot to hit something fucking 50 times in a row, because you want this in your section for 4 seconds, and you want it, and then it's on to the next one. So you want the gnarliest, but to get the gnarliest, I feel like Travis Pastrana is like one of the best at doing this. He can look at what he wants to accomplish, assess the risk, the reward that you're going to get out of it, and like apply that to like winching. And I feel like, and obviously you probably like learned a lot after the injury, knowing that you could have first try frescoed that fucking thing.
Well, there's there's a lot to just a winching setup. It's a winching setup where you like things can't go perfect every time. And if you can get it good, even if it's the 80-90% good, you almost have to walk away from that going, that was success. Because if you just keep trying, there's too many variables, whether the concrete or different things, there's so much there that it's the winch pulling you. There's so many more variables. It's not a cable. It's not a cable where you get to do the exact same lap 100 times. And that's why a lot of people think about winching is it's like, you don't realize that I have another game. This is like so many crazy things going on that if you try something and it doesn't go good, the variables or the risk is really so high. It's so high.
I know. I feel like what Piff was talking about, like seeing what he's learned from the whole thing. Like even when we're on a spot, Piff is the one like, all right, boys, like slow down. all right, let's check how deep this is right here. Let's
Exactly.
check what you're landing in. Okay, let's see where we're gonna set up the winch. Like, and a lot of the times we get to the spot, you know, obviously whoever's gonna hit it, they're hyped up. They have ideas. I want to do this. Boom, boom, boom. And they're trying to go so quick that Piff is now the one. Like, all right,
Being rational.
yeah, like,
yeah.
No,
there's
and you have
risk
to
here.
be.
There's a lot of risk
There's
here.
a lot. There's a lot of
So,
risk. Yeah.
It's
And typically,
definitely-
you're not filming that. That's not the last trick of your section.
no,
You know,
no,
you
no.
have the rest of this section to film.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
weigh that into the decisions you make about taking the 80% or the 90% or and like kind of
You
like
might hit a spot the wrong way, and you were trying to rush it to, you know, get it done quicker. So
Yeah.
and you know, and you not don't take all the safety precautions and everything, then, you know, by not waiting an extra 5 minutes to prep the spot the way you should, like, you can end your season and not even freaking get any more clips. So, like, I mean, we've had discussion with part of the homies in the crew, and I think, like, you know, I've had like a little back and forth with Ulf, like in Italy, like one of the first few times we're all winching together, and like, I mean, like, that made our relationship as friends even better, even tighter, I think.
lots on the line, kind of.
And
it's
because,
real
like,
lifetime
you
emotion,
wanted to
yeah.
hit the spot, and like the pool was just completely wrong, and I was like, hey, listen, like, just hit it going down this way. Like, I guarantee you, within like 3 tries, you got a clip, you know? And then we can like try to hit it the way you want to, and because like that's not gonna work. The pool is pulling you too close to the wall. You cannot get off of the wall, and it's like you need to get out of that. Right. Otherwise, like you stick to the wall. Like, the pool is against the wall. You're getting scraped up,
Or maybe
and like
you
you're
wait,
landing in this much water.
or maybe that's when you weigh in. You're like, let's move your toe to the next tree over,
And-
so you get off the wall as the rope's getting shorter, or
and
something
then,
like.
you know, I was like, kind of like, we are not like, we showed up to the spot. We realized that what you want to do, like, we are not prepared. We don't have the right tools for everything. You know what I mean? And then, like, we still tried. He did get scraped up a little bit. And then, like, you know, I mean, he kind of got mad at me a little bit because he thought that, like, I didn't want him to get a clip or something, like, for a second. Or,
Right.
like, it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just like, just why are you, like,
Yeah.
putting this bad
Nah, yeah.
energy out? I was like, dude, I'm literally not trying to put the bad energy out. I'm preventing you from, you know, getting hurt for no reason. Over, like, by going, because I know that you are somebody that, like, if you're gonna hit the spot, you're gonna put your heart into it. You're gonna land it. Like,
it's easy to get overhyped.
you know, I went
You
with
can
Ulf
get
before,
overhyped
and I've
where
seen,
you're like,
yeah.
I want this, and you're like, it's not, the risk plus reward
Yeah.
isn't there.
And
I've
sometimes
seen
it's
Ulf
not
go-
even. Sometimes it's not even the writer. Sometimes it's the filmer. Be like, hey, I didn't get like. Can.
Yeah.
Sometimes the writer feels good about the shot, and sometimes it's the filmer. And like, I feel like filmers should like take a responsibility and be able to read the situation, read the room, and know the spot, how
Yeah.
gnarly it is. Because some filmers get it, and some like just. Some keep pushing it and don't know where the line is. And like, if you make a wrong decision, if you have 7 or 8 more clips to get for a real wake session, and then you're stuck, if you nail your first clip and then the filmer's like, oh, it looks more crazy from this one if you just do a back lip. Sometimes that's the one that goes wrong, and it changes the mojo for the whole fucking rest of the shoot.
Yeah, I feel like I got a little bit of heat about that on the, not heat, but the boys are like, I know if I look at Donnie and I do one of these and I'll give him a, or like a yeah, or like, how good was it? Because like, I know that the quality that they wanted, I'm like,
Right.
like, if it's Ty's like, was that a clip? I'm like,
He'd be like on the jet ski, like,
Yeah.
No,
You
I know.
know, I
Well,
guess
the
it's
filmer's bad
it's a
because you're
battle.
like, we know what we're looking to get, but we know that they maybe if they just made the trick, they don't think
Yeah.
that they can maybe make it better. And we're like, if you can do it again, I can get this better. But
Yeah.
if you can't do it again, then we're good. But like, I know what you mean where it's like, I feel bad because almost anytime somebody makes something sick and they're like, was that sick? And I'm like, you want to do it again? Because
But
I'm
in
like,
boat, you can double up, so you can kind of do it again.
On
But,
the-
but,
on the boat-
but
on the
like
boat
there's
is another beast because
there's-
it's like if you
that's what I'm
get
saying,
it,
you
you
gotta-
just got to get it, and it's like
every situation's different, and sometimes
and like you
Yeah.
said, it's not the ending shot; it's a middle of the section to the near end section where it's like it's a good clip and you're good and you're happy with it. So let's just just get it. That's done.
Yeah.
Let's not risk this thing because the risk, I don't think a lot of people understand the risk of some of the winching stuff.
No.
It's like,
Me and Pip were having a conversation on that. I feel like, which I mean, you guys can put input if you want,
you're wrong.
But
I'm just joking.
I feel like there's been like a whole uprising maybe of like amateur winching.
And I don't like it at all. I
I don't like it.
Because in my head, winching is like the last frontier. Like,
No.
okay, you can rip the boat, you can rip the cable. All right, try to winch.
Yeah.
But don't you think like every wind there are wind spots that are completely for people to like. Not every wind spot is like Felix Closer kind of like.
No,
I mean,
sure, of
some
course,
people.
but-
And how do you get into it? Do you have to hit the gnarliest thing first? Like some people
You gotta
should go
be
in
talented. You gotta
and have a
understand
little
board control.
If you had a
Yeah,
little ledge
yeah.
that you could kind of like, yeah.
No,
I
I remember somebody.
But I get you too. Like,
No, I admire the sin, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
I
Right.
admire it, but I just feel like there's a point where
start
it's
off on
like,
some wake stakes.
if you should be, in my opinion, I'm not the rider here, but in my opinion, if you're not ripping the cable,
Yeah.
don't go out and expect I'm going to hop on board slide this
No.
concrete ledge like it's a unit.
That's
I mean,
fair.
I'll try to
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
it short, but I remember we went to Texas one time with Shredtown, right when Shredtown, do you guys remember?
Yep.
Shredtown? They were just getting going, and I was like, we just met up with them, and they pulled this spot, and me and Ruck showed up, and they were like, hey, you want to come meet us at this spot? And I was like, okay. And we get there, and immediately we're like, no, there's no room for error.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're going to hit it anyways. And we're like, we'll hang out.
I guess I'll film.
Two of the dudes, and I love all of the Shredtown guys, big good friends with them, but two of the three of them ran into the bridge at
Yeah.
full fucking speed.
Chris
like
Davis
one
smoked him.
one slid off of the rail, like bridge this way, and the ledge is right underneath. One went over the rail, slammed into the concrete wall.
Gnarly.
The other one couldn't get off of the ledge and ran straight into the wall. They both walked away fine, but it was like
Right on the edge.
because
Yeah.
of like miraculously not like different
Yeah.
little things of them hitting something that twisted them away from it, but it was
Yeah.
like it was not. They were like at a level
And that
where
was
I was
when
like,
winching changed. Like
That
it
was-
wasn't like you're jumping down,
Yeah.
setting up a rail down the spillway, or like
these
some-
were,
probably,
you're
yeah.
like,
but these were also
gas
wakeboarders
winch.
that we've never really met before, and they were just getting good at winching. They probably cabled a few times. They were
Yeah.
they were decent riders, but it was the knowledge, and they got way better. Like immediately after that, they understood the risk of all of this because
Yeah.
they probably went back to that same spot and nailed. Like,
I wouldn't be surprised. And even actually, I think Davis did hit the spot really good, but then the next one went, and it was just like, guys, like you, like the
tone
fact
it
that they
down.
walked away
Yeah.
from two of these different crashes.
They're
One
fucking
could have
gnarly,
broke.
dude.
One of them could have broke a femur. One of them could have smashed their head so bad.
but
Like,
we've never at that point. Besides Danny hitting like the upper, like the open face of like from like running with scissors or something.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there hasn't been like many open face kind of like dead stop kind of like impacts within wakeboarding, and that was when like.
it was
That
crazy. It
shit
was
got
crazy.
gnarly,
But yeah,
man.
I don't know where we got off.
I
on
mean-
that one, but winching's gnarly.
Man, I
Yeah.
think
Speaking of, let's watch this clip.
Oh, Massi,
you're
are you
gonna
able to watch
Mossy,
it?
Mossy, look way towards me.
I can
and
watch
then,
it, but like,
And I think we've talked about it to the viewers that aren't watching this. Basically, Mossy gets wrecked.
hey, thanks, Cole, for providing this clip. I'm not watching it.
We took out Etta James in the beginning of this because we might get flagged.
Okay, I'm not gonna watch it.
You'll hear the
Massi,
audio.
you gotta watch it.
No.
All right, you
don't.
don't.
Oh my god. Oh my god, no. Look at my arm sideways. I almost fainted, Cole. You remember?
Dude, your voice is almost like worse than the visual. You
Like,
agree, D?
yeah.
Like almost like the, you. I've
You
heard
can
Massi.
hear
I've
the,
heard
like-
Massi talk. I know the way he talks, and when I heard that,
Yeah.
I was like, that's what like almost like got me more than the impact. And I mean, his arms hanging sideways, and his voice almost like haunted me more than
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
actual.
But honestly, like the craziest part about that as soon as like I crashed, like I saw my arm, I saw where it was, and like it kind of like the muscle tightened up and settle back in. I pick up my arm, and I go to the side and I sit down. I sit down for a second and I'm breathing, and I just could see like how long it would take for me to get to the hospital and get some actual help.
Right.
And I was just like, all right, I gotta go now. I gotta go now. So I got up. And like literally, I could feel I was like this close from fainting, and like I was like about to go down, but I just like kind of like just like fought it, and somehow it was okay. And then the boys like pushed me over this like gate, and then they laid me down. They laid me down.
You had to get over a 7-foot fence after your arm already.
Yeah. So we got over the fence, and then Dommy got on the front of the whip, started driving, and I was just laid down in the back. And I literally like walked in, checked into the hospital, like at the emergency, like still with my winch gear on. I still had that like big, like that jacket over. So I hadn't seen nothing. Right. So I walked in and I'm like standing in line, and there's 1 or 2 guys before me, and it's like, and I'm just like waiting in line in a lot of pain. And then I was like, I think my arm's broken. So they sit me down. And then when they cut the jacket to see like what was going on, I saw that there was like a cut on the side where the bone is like popped out of the skin.
So it was compound?
Yeah, so it was a compound fracture, and like I just like remembered that I was like, oh my God, I don't have like an insurance here in America and all that, and then went into hell. I got a bill for $100,000, and then like somehow with everything ended up sorting it out, but. It was tough.
I mean, you bounced back pretty good. You got some good wins after that, and like that's a gnarly injury.
Yeah, but
to kind of like come back.
It took 2 years. It took 2 years.
Nothing came easy, and like you've battled back after ACLs. You've had knee surgeries. You've had a tip of the cap to you, Massi, because you've battled back after a bunch of like crazy injuries, man. It's not everyone like gets back on top or becomes like their true self after like ACLs and some of these crazy like arm injuries and like what you had.
And
to
I'm kind of
with.
glad that I had like a good team of people like around me, like helping me, like making the right decision. Like obviously having Red Bull and the APC, like it's truly amazing seeing how much help they give you, and you're doing the physio with the best of the best. So you're just like kind of like because like I could totally see if somebody didn't have that, like how you can like be totally stranded. Like you go to 3 different people, they all say 3 different things, and at the end of the day you gotta make decisions, and at the end of the day it's all about making the right decision. And yeah, shout out to Red Bull, shout out to the IPC for everything that they've done, because without
honestly,
them,
I always felt like the best part of an injury is the physio and the rehab coming back, because those people were always so complimentive and being like, we're going to get you there, you can do this, we've got you. And it's like you just went through, going from top tier to I don't know if I can do this. Like I just blew a knee. And then these guys mind frame you, and they not only get you physically healthy, but they get you mentally healthy, where they're like, you've got this. You can do this. Like
they make the gym your safe place.
And when you feel like motivated in the trenches, like when you're down and like you can feel that. I feel like when you're on top, everything feels like kind of like a little breezy and a little easier. Yeah. But man, glad you bounced back from that gnarly fucking crash, Mullet.
Yeah, the problem was the play that like I was getting this chronic pain like in my elbow, and I would only like could ride like 1 time a day, otherwise like like my arm would like get super stiff. And then like I did some X-rays and some stuff, and then I saw that basically the
Did you have to have surgery after?
Yeah. So we saw that the plate was basically pushing on my radius nerve that would like stop like my motion on my wrist, and like my wrist at one point like went fully dead. And then as soon as I took the plate off and and got that detached from the radius nerve, and it was a total different thing, and now it's back to normal, and it's been epic.
Now you're winning Masters. Do you think you got another Masters victory in you? How many
I'm
you
just
got?
gonna
You
try.
got one?
I got
You have
two.
one?
I got two. I got two, baby.
That's awesome.
I got two back to back.
You got a
back to
ring.
back.
We should have all worn our rings.
know.
tonight,
Dude, I actually kind of made a joke to this, like, should I wear my
You
master's
got
ring?
two.
Like, nah.
You should have. You got two, right?
No, I can
No, you only get one. You only get one.
Oh, that's such.
You don't know. You only won one.
I was
I
gonna.
only won one, but I got one.
You did good one.
I think it's.
I love BT has his in his dreads.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shane, wasn't I in the lead or like what?
Yeah, dude. Have you? I don't think you guys know. So, anyways, there's 4 of us in the finals. We know how finals go. It's just straight out. I go first. Put up a pretty solid score. I'm pretty stoked about it. Make a heel 7 off the double up. At the time, you guys might be knocking.
banging.
At the time, that was pretty
banging.
cool. Anyways, I'm in it with Darren Shapiro, Sean Murray, and Parks. So next out, like those 3 are basically competing against themselves. They're like, Shane's in the finals. I would think I was 15, 16 at the time.
You were young.
I was very young. Made a run. Darren goes out basically trying to beat Parks. Falls. Murray goes out trying to beat Parks. Falls. Parks is the last one to go out in the live scoring. I'm still in the lead, and I'm like, oh shit!
I'm
Like,
on the podium.
I'm getting
I'm on the
second
box.
at minimum. And I believe, I still say this, I don't think Parks will ever admit it, but I'm pretty sure he threw the contest so I could get a ring and become a Masters champion because he fell on like something weird.
Switch cross skeezer.
Switch cross skis, whatever. Landed, and before the handle even popped, I'm pretty sure he like landed, handle popped, and he looked at the dock where I was, and he was like, "Yeah, Shane, you just won."
That
And I
would have
was
been
like,
switch cross skeezer.
yeah, no, and then you landed, and literally before you sank in the water, you're like, "Yeah, Shane," and I was like, "You knew I won before I knew I won." Like when you
Damn,
fell,
that's
and
it,
you were
yeah.
like, "What?" And I was
Wow.
like, "What?" And I was like, "Did I just?"
I did
beat
throw
this?
that. I definitely did not throw the fucking handle. No way.
I don't
Because
think
we weren't in too many finals in our whole career.
No.
Like I think we only have like 2 podiums like with each other.
I know the one
And we
podium-
competed against each other for like
a
7 or 8
long
years.
time.
Yeah.
I know the one podium that we shared was Gravity Games where you won and I got second, and I was leading in that one too, and then you went out and made a double cabbie off of the craziest,
Bro.
shittiest double up that didn't ever exist. There was no fucking rollers, and he made a double, and I just had a sick run in super rough
You
water.
deserve that one,
I was
Shane.
like,
This was a
I'm
fluke.
winning Gravity Games, and Parks just went,
This is
flip,
a
flip, flip, flip,
$20,000.
flip, flip, double cab, boom, and I was like,
Bang.
damn it.
Bro, I got a double up that was just like, let me paint this picture. This is on Lake Michigan in Cleveland.
Yeah.
That adds up, right? Yeah,
No,
that's
I don't think that adds up.
Lake
But it's
Erie.
the,
Lake Erie.
I don't know. I'm not
It
going
was
to
on
confirm
one.
or
It was
deny.
on one of the Great Lakes. Maybe my geography is a little off right now, but it was on one of the Great Lakes, which is pretty much an ocean.
Yeah.
And there's like 20 miles an hour wind coming. Like there was like 3-foot swell. Like
It was shit out.
I fell.
So
I
bad.
fell cutting into the wake and like in the prelims.
No
like
way.
kind of like it was like mayhem. So that Shane's right. For the fact that I like got into a double and like stuck a double
And
cab roll was like
I was winning
there's-
hands down all the way up until the
That's
double up.
it.
Like I made a run that was like that was pretty good, and like probably Josh Sanders and
It's
Daniel
fucking
Watkins, and
survival
whoever
out
the
there,
fuck they all fell, and I was like, yes,
It's done.
I'm
It's
done.
like,
I
I'm done.
got it. Like PB,
While at
like
Masters,
even if
you were
PB
like,
and I even
maybe.
think he probably fell in his run. So I'm like, I definitely got
Definitely
this,
got it.
guys. And then double up comes double cabbie, bam, made it. Nope.
No,
this is
never
after
mind.
Masters. I was like, he ain't getting this one.
Not again. Not again.
All right, boys, let's switch it up right now. We're gonna do a little game
I like
called Heads
this.
Up Wakeboard Industry / Edition. I don't know if you boys know about this, Donnie and Massi, but we've taken the game. You played Heads Up before, right? It's like where you
What,
take
you use the phone.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah,
phone
yeah,
where
yeah,
you're,
yeah,
if
okay,
it says
yeah.
tennis, you got to explain tennis
Yeah.
without saying tennis,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Okay.
So it's pretty much this game. We have names right here on these cards, and so
Do I get a sneak peek?
yeah. So I'll
No
give,
sneak peek, but where are we going?
I'll give
team
one
size?
just
I
for
think
in-
me
I'll
and
give
you
one
are a
just
team,
for-
them are a team.
So what do you think the team should be? You and
I think
Donnie
it's
versus
us
and me
two.
and Massi?
Yeah, and then
Got like a little
Y'all
bit.
get a stack. We get a stack. Loser. I actually bought. I was at the gas station, and I didn't know what to get. I was gonna get a scratch off, but
I was
the
gonna get a
loser
scratch off.
has to do 2 fireballs.
Oh.
And who likes fireballs? Nobody. Yeah, they suck.
I like
So like
fireball.
instead of getting a winning prize, it's more of the
Sounds like a
losers
win-
having.
Sounds like a lose-win to me.
It's like shade. All right, so let's have Shane and Donnie start this thing off right now.
Do you want to guess
And-
first, or you want to show first?
The younger
Okay,
guys.
we're gonna-
We're the older guys.
I'll show
Tibbs.
first. I'll feed off what you're going.
So let's do a minute.
Let's go, baby.
Everyone feel comfortable with a minute?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a minute. I
Yeah,
think we'll
1
get through
minute.
3 or 4.
How deep does this go? How deep wake history are we going?
Wait,
Oh,
what-
pretty
okay.
fucking deep.
Cole came up with these, so like
Okay.
So not
I'm not
too
trying
deep.
to I'm not trying to stump you with like
All right,
super
yeah.
old, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like
We're not talking Tara Mikasic stuff.
okay.
We're
You
like-
ready?
Whoa, hold on.
Are y'all ready?
No,
You would guess that one. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Is it the right way?
Australian from your crew.
Australian from our crew, Sam Brown.
Boom.
Damn, that's it's one.
First to do a toe 9, Liquid Force Rider. I rode with him a whole bunch. We mentioned him earlier.
First to do a toe 9, Liquid Force Rider.
Yeah, really cool. Just like
You can pass to.
you got this. He is no. Don't look at the back. If you don't know this one,
Danny
we're
passed.
fucked. You definitely don't
Sean
know
Watson
that one.
was the one. Sean
I
Watson.
don't
You
know.
definitely
this one.
don't know Sean Dishman, do you?
Dishman.
Oh no, you guys said it.
No,
That's-
I said you didn't know Sean Dishman.
Hold it to your head.
All right, we mentioned him. He's Australian, does big backside 180s.
Dean.
Yeah.
2 down. 10 seconds.
Wake skater, was in charge of the Nike 6.0 crew. Really cool, from Portland.
From Portland. Wake skater.
Yeah.
5.
No, don't get it. Go. One more.
love
Come
it.
on, we got this. A crazy Canadian that loves Miller Lights.
Oh, Chad.
Yeah.
Time,
All right,
time.
we got 3.
Did he get the last
Yeah,
one?
yeah, he did. He did.
You
He
got
got
the
it.
last one?
He
All
did.
right,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
give we give you 3 on that one. That was a buzzer beater. That was
Yeah, we got
we
Sam,
might have to check the
Dean.
cameras on that one.
I don't. Oh, this was a skip. We definitely got.
We got
Chad,
Sam,
Dean,
Chad,
Sam.
and Dean. We got Sam, Chad, and Dean. We got 3
3
there.
on
All right,
We got
PV,
3. That was
I
pretty
gotta-
good. How did you not
All right.
guess
I'm gonna do
Watson?
some impressions.
What
Watson?
would you want to know for Watson?
I don't know.
Watson, Donnie,
the,
come
the,
on.
the toe 9 didn't.
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah,
tip
yeah. A
me
lot of
off.
people
I
don't know that. Oh no, it wasn't the first off act. Did you say first off axis toe 9?
What does it matter
Well,
now?
it matters
What
to Darren
does it
Shapiro.
matter now?
Matters to Darren Shapiro.
All right, and I feel like like they.
It's good.
You
I
know.
think
Y'all did pretty
I
good.
don't
It's
think we're
decent.
going to beat
Hey.
these guys. These guys.
Hey,
got
when I
bombs.
say start, Donnie, you're on
I
the
don't
clock.
know.
You're
I'm
on the
pretty
clock.
bad at making
right,
descriptions.
Moss, you ready?
I might do some interpretations as well because I'm better at like interpreting.
How do you feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Let's beat these fuckers.
All right, I'll give you the
All right, ready?
countdown. You ready?
Yep.
Oh my god.
3,
I'm gonna crit.
2, 1.
Let's go.
He's got blonde hair from Valdosta. Really good. Steezy as.
Quinn Cross.
Yep. Bang.
Oh, that's a
Say
zing,
the
ding,
last
baby.
name.
Cross Bearden. Come on.
From England, like his brother's a race driver. Like
Oh, Mark
homie.
Rosser.
Yep. Bang. Shout out Rossi.
We're getting smoked.
Big mustache wake skater.
Big what?
Big mustache wake skater. Come on, from Liquid.
Aaron Reed.
Yeah, bang.
Damn it.
Used to be LF team manager, and now
Aaron
he's double.
Grace.
Yep.
Come on, baby. Y'all ain't beating me on this. Donnie, what's the time?
40 seconds.
Wake skater from the South Florida, like.
Oh, Danny Hampson.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
buddy.
These are too easy, man.
Yeah, Triple Moby. We call him Triple Moby. He's
Cody
yeah,
has.
Beach and Beach Boys. Let's go.
You guys got easier
All
ones.
right. Yo.
You guys got such easy
go.
ones. Of course, we all know.
Damn, that was.
Man, we got
dude, those were
smoked.
layups, dude.
Double
I felt like I
flippy,
felt good
double
about all those.
stunt
They
double.
call him Triple Moby.
We might need to go harder next time, dude. Just cleaned up, dude.
All right,
Dude,
We're not drinking any Fireball unless.
yeah, we're chilling.
All right.
All right, I got to get good on my
So
descriptions
last round, gang, of Heads Up
Well, dude,
Wakeboard
I don't
Edition.
know. Our stack, I don't. We're gonna see. I'm gonna try my best.
It's all you can do, D.
Of course.
I can't
All
see,
right.
so.
All right, guys,
And
we
in
ready?
3.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Oh, it's upset. Okay, Money Mob.
Dom.
Yep. It's upside down. Brutal crash in an X Games part, Georgia. Dreadlocks.
He ain't getting this one.
Slingshot Rider.
Oh, I know what you're saying, but I'm passing.
Okay.
Alex Graydon.
Wake skater also does some base jumping.
Grub.
Yeah. Ooh. TM
30
for
seconds.
slingshot foils
Jeff
now.
McKee.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't know a good skip. Should I know who that is?
You can skip it.
I don't know.
Trev
Skip.
Bashir.
I don't know. Dude, we got smoked. I'm
All
sorry.
right. Damn. Oh, I think that's about time. Well, 10 seconds. Y'all out of cards?
Yeah, we're out of cards apparently.
Yeah, we're out of cards, but I also.
You win a bonus 10 seconds?
Well, you got some extra cards.
I got some cards.
Dude, I
But
feel
then
bad.
y'all need them because y'all are going so fast. It's like it's not fair. We only had 3 at the beginning. I got Dom.
Hey, is this
I didn't
flipping
get
out right?
Alex. I got Grub. I got Jeff McKee. Jim Lee.
I didn't
Here, I'll
have a
give you
good
two. I'll give you
description for
two more.
Lorette.
2
I'll
more.
give
10
two more,
seconds.
2 more.
2 more. 10 seconds. That's all you get. You ready?
All right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yep.
10 seconds.
Oh, triple.
Oh, wait.
Cody Hess.
Wait, these are my cards. Like, start it back over.
Here,
No,
take
no,
some
no.
of these.
That
Yeah,
was-
yeah.
Take some of
The
these.
one you have in
Yeah.
your hand, they already did.
Who
too.
really knows what's
That
happening? in
That
this
one's
fucking
already
game?
been done, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Here's 2. Ready, 10.
Yeah.
I can
5,
only
4,
do 2 right there.
3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Oh, O'Brien, local, Malibu, Clear
Shut
Lake,
up.
O'Brien.
Jake. No.
O'Brien,
D-
Malibu, Clear Lake.
Got this shit.
Jeff Bruce.
Yeah,
Bruce,
yeah.
Jeff Langley.
Wake
AKA Bruce.
skater. Oof, I don't have a good description.
10, way past 10 seconds. You only got one.
We got one more. We got one more.
So how many you guys got? in
I got
total?
one more. I didn't get that one. So we got Dean, we got Sam, we got Chad, we got Dom, Grubb, Jeff, and Langley. So that's
I mean, really, I think we only got to get like 3 to win, Moss.
we got 7.
all right,
we
we
got
got-
7. How
What
many
do
do
you
y'all
mean
have?
7?
We have 7
In
total.
total. Okay.
I got 7 on the first one. 1, 2,
Yeah, I
No,
think
you got
probably
6 on the
seven.
first one.
6. All right, Moss, we need 2 for the win. We got a
Yeah,
minute.
yeah.
It's
You
gonna
like
be-
fire,
it'll be
Fireball?
Be some blame. Shane, how you feel about
Apparently-
Fireball?
apparently
Get
I
that
am.
heartburn
always
ready.
different.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mossy, let's get him. It's upside down, but Aussie rider, super calculated.
Brava.
Yep. Rama. Started all the butter shit up at Space
Wesley.
Mob. Yeah. We'll keep on going. Long haired used to hit the mega ramp out at Lake Ronix. Super gnarly.
Pratt.
Yeah, the best. And used to live on Lake Killarney. Inventor of the elephant.
Is it Zane?
Inventor of the
No,
elephant.
no.
We've already
Inventor of
won.
the
I've turned this
elephant.
into a trivia for Mossy right now.
Greg?
Greg, that's right. We'll go Greg and the Crescent. Sorry for the buzzer. Yeah, that's a buzzer, and that's a wrap up for the old giveaway of
horse shit.
I don't know.
Yeah, baby.
Little pig, let me in.
Horse shit.
I don't know. I feel like that round. I had some good. I could have got that round
Yeah.
better than what I
It's
had.
it's all a
random,
toss up. You
you
never
know?
know. You never know.
That's what everybody says, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Damn, that was really fun.
was
It's
epic.
good to see what people know about some industry riders and people involved.
You should have said Langley. You know, it looks like Matthew McConaughey.
BB, I think you might have hit the
Always wear
input
cop
button on our
sunglasses.
What'd I hit?
I think you hit the input button on our nice Vizio TV. This section's sponsored by Vizio TV, by the way.
Oh, yeah,
that's dope.
got,
You can get these for.
nope, HDMI 2.
At your
and
local
we're back
retailer.
on, and nope, one more. There we go. And there we nope, that's it. There we go. Bonifay Banter.
Episode 2.
We're running like a gear that doesn't have WD-40 on it right now. So, we're figuring it out.
Working out the kinks.
It's happening.
Man, this is just fun being here, guys, talking,
No, it's been a lot of fun.
chatting.
Sure.
I'm
You know, we
enjoying it.
tested out Donnie's, wakeboard insides.
Yeah, my wake knowledge. Got
Yeah,
a
wake
test.
knowledge.
Well, you boys lost, so I'm gonna you can keep it going. I'm gonna go grab the fireball out of the fridge. I'm coming right back. So don't think you boys are getting out of that. We're getting fireballs on the.
Donnie, I'm not knocking it, but I would have. I thought the teams were equal because I'm really good at this game. Like me and my wife.
So you
played-
thought you were gonna carry me?
I thought I was going to carry us. I thought I was going to be pretty good, even
Yeah.
though it was like
I
even said, I was like, you and Massi go. I know y'all are like sort of favored because they both know a lot of stuff. They both think that they're really cool because they're sponsored by Red
They
Bull
do
and
think
shit.
that too,
like,
yeah.
and we're both filmers, so I was like, maybe we'll
The
be in on
connection
this.
there.
I thought we were going to be good, and I was like, this will be good. We'll be teams because we were like, should it be this team? Should it be that team? And I was like, no, we're going this team.
I think you guys did really good. Donnie's just really shy.
What?
He is
Yeah.
really shy. I know.
Apparently.
This is the most I've ever heard him talk, and I've met him
That is true.
a
No,
lot.
to be honest, I thought from what I was expecting I was gonna do, I did like decent.
You did good. You
yeah,
did
you did
good.
good.
I'm not mad.
There
I
were a
thought-
couple that like I just didn't have good descriptions
Yeah.
of. I was like, you know,
Yeah. There's a lot of hard ones in there. There's for sure. I mean, I didn't get some of them where I was like, I don't
That's
know.
true.
You know that at the beginning, I knew Donnie for a long time, and like probably within 4 or 5 years of knowing him, he probably said like, you know,
it's not
10
Piff.
words
5
to
words,
me.
yeah.
Piff
no.
was too cool for me.
No, that's not true, man.
All
What
right,
are you
at least
talking
it's nice and chilled.
That is nice.
Piff
That
was,
is nice.
Piff was too cool for you in the beginning.
No,
dude.
that's not
100%.
true. What are you
Rusty
talking
always
about?
calls me calls me out for being too cool for him in the beginning.
Nah.
And then
I'm still cool.
sometimes
He's-
you call
he was
him
wrong. I
to,
was super cool.
and then sometimes you used to call him back at the crib, like, yo, I gotta take this tree down, and Rusty doing things
Rusty's doing
will
that.
come in.
My favorite one of Rusty is that we were like, hey, if we'll give you like $20 or $30 if you sit out on the front porch, and we won't tell you how long you've sat out there. You're not allowed to ask how long you've sat out there, but if you sit out there for 10 minutes without asking or knocking on the door, we'll
You
give
get
you
$30
$20 or $30. And he was like, I can do that. And we're like, no, you can't. And if you lose, you have to cut down some shit around here
You
or
gotta do
whatever.
some work.
Yeah, you gotta do some work. And he was like, all right. He went out there. 2.5 minutes later, he's like, I'm not sitting out here for 10 minutes. Just give me the chainsaw. Cut some shit down. And we're like,
I'm
"You're
tired
so
of sitting.
stupid." Like, he couldn't sit still for 10 minutes alone in his thoughts without knowing how long he was just sitting out there. And I was like, Rusty, you're an animal.
He is an animal.
He is an animal.
He's like, he will sand and have the shop vac underneath. So he just,
Yeah. It's a double time.
Cleaning,
Max efficiency.
max efficiency, just like
Yeah.
cleaning and cutting at the same time.
Yeah.
all right, boys. Well, let's cheers the viewers. Congratulations on the
Cheers.
big loss right there. And here you go, the Fireball boys. Yeah, feel the burn. I got heartburn just watching that. Who has the worst shot face?
I love a good fireball. Don't
Shane,
gotta
you
tip
handle
me.
that. Was that
That's how I
water?
start my golf rounds, baby. That's
Yeah,
swing
that's-
lube right there.
That's regular.
That's a swing lube right there, baby.
Should have had some Fernet in there.
Ooh, no.
Man, well, every episode we're gonna give away some stuff to the Top Shelf Patreon members. And if you want to become a Patreon member, sign up and be a Bonifay backer. But if you want to get to the Top Shelf, and actually what happens with the Top Shelf, you get your name on a digital wheel. We're recording this episode before we actually release it, so we don't have followers at the time. But we're going to record something at the end, which we're going to give away. Reveal it, an RXT Ronex wakeboard by Massi Piffaretti.
Yes, sir. So we gonna give away an RXD.
Damn, dude.
You know,
That's
brand
a
new
pretty
for
big-
this year, new shape.
What's that, like $20-$30?
Yeah. Just about that.
Yeah.
No,
that's a
yeah,
good-
super stoked, man. And yeah, make sure you subscribe in order to get all these perks and being able to be all.
Well, we're going to give away like each guest that we have on. We want to like when Grub came on, we're going to we give away one of his signed prints, and we're actually going to give away a pair of Ronex or not Liquid Force wakeboard boots on Grub's episode. And then for y'all, I don't know if you brought some La Familia shirts or something or some stickers. We'll give away some stickers, but we're definitely going to give away the RXT and as well an extra spin for $100 gift card for the Duvin store. So you
that's
go
epic,
onto the
buddy,
digital store on Duvin.com and order $100, whatever you want. So we're gonna have a couple few winners on this episode.
We're making it fruitful for you, Patreon members,
Yeah,
Sign
gotta
up,
join.
get in there. We're giving some stuff away. Signed pictures, boots, boards.
All type of stuff.
and we're talking legendary stuff too.
Legendary.
No, yeah. I mean, it's only going to get better. So
And if we
might
can
as
do
well
one
get
a
in
week, which is going to be hard because after recording Grubs and like editing and stuff, it's a lot, man. Hey, Hunter Thane, Grab Matters, tip of the cap to you on this,
Yeah,
dude,
for
because like, man, for that how many episodes you're in and like the amount of work that you put into this, nothing comes easy on this. And I don't know. Yeah, it's a lot, man. I'm super psyched to dig in deeper into this and keep it going. And hell, y'all are first awesome like second episode, man. So
Yeah.
For sure.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you, boys, for coming out.
Yeah, for sure. You guys want to
We'll do it again.
You guys want to maybe get a little sneak peek of what we're working on? Just you guys. That could be kind of nice. If
maybe
you guys
this
are
could
down
be a
to
thing
it.
for if the Patreon member of the top shelf, we could show them the teaser too. Maybe not. In the future, I'm saying these are some perks that maybe.
I think we should. We'll do something for them for sure.
We'll give them a little something.
I love it.
Yeah,
Giving them a
but
little
for
something.
sure.
I love it, man. Well, hell, man, this has been so damn fun, dude. Not the last of the La Familia episodes. Oh man, Donnie Miles, we got fucking Massi Piffaretti in this thing, boys. Let's lift them up. This has been a hell of a Bonifay banter, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, guys.
Cheers, boys.
Hey.
Take care. We'll see you again soon.
Let's go.
Thank you so much for
baby.
having us.